what's going on, my brother? What
Yeah,
was your
how old are you?
question? I missed. I'm 30 years old. How about
For
yourself?
sure. And do you support Donald Trump?
Of course I do. He's the greatest president in the past 100 years.
Okay, why do you think that?
Well, he puts America first. He's securing the border. We have the most secure border we've had in the history of this country. He effectively eliminated DEI from government and private institutions. He solidified the largest tax cuts in American history. He got men out of women's sports. We could go on and on. He implemented the greatest economic tool that we have at our disposal, known as tariffs. You want me to keep going?
If you'd like.
Well, let's start there. Let's see what part of that you disagree with.
Sure. I have a question. Can you name one trans woman that was limited from playing in women's sports?
No, I can't actually. Can you?
Okay. So it seems like Donald Trump didn't actually do anything specifically. Could you name one trans person that was playing sports that made it unfair?
Wait, sorry. So you're okay with his policies against trans women competing in women's sports,
No,
right? You're
not at
okay
all. I
with
think
it
they're
because
horrible.
nobody was affected? Wait, why do you think it's horrible if nobody was affected by it?
Because it's specifically like divisive in the context of our society to limit people who are trans from being in certain places.
Yeah, but nobody was
in which they
affected
should
by
be
it, so it's
allowed.
okay.
No, I'm just saying that you
No,
can't
no, no.
name
Nobody was affected. No, it's
I'm just
okay.
saying-
Nobody was
listen,
affected. What's the big deal?
I'm saying that you can't mention anyone that was affected because you don't even know.
Yeah, I
because you don't
can't.
even watch women's sports. You don't know anything about women's sports.
I
You remember
don't. They're very boring.
Okay, so you think that women's sports is boring, but yet it's enough of a reason
Absolutely.
to like have federal policy to restrict trans people from playing?
Absolutely. I'm all for equity.
That's not equity.
Of course it is. It makes it so women are competing at an even playing field. Isn't that what equity is?
So again, there's no good evidence at all that indicates that
Wait,
trans
hold on.
people
Isn't
after
that what equity
multiple
is? Where women
there's,
are on the same playing field?
there's no good evidence that trans people after multiple years of HRT
Hello?
have an unfair biological advantage insofar as that it would make like the situation in terms of sports unfair.
Well, maybe that opinion is why you guys lost the election in a landslide.
Well, you just saying it's a
Have you
reason why
thought
we
about
lost the election is not an actual reason. It's because specifically people on the left didn't actually talk about it or have this type of position prevalent. People specifically are right in support of LGBTQ plus rights. It is the case that
Yeah,
it
no,
just
they're not.
wasn't talked about by Democrats.
Well, that's not a right.
People on the
That's
right
not a
were able
right
to
to
scapegoat
interfere
trans
in
people
women's
and gay
sports.
people. What's up?
That's not a right to interfere in women's sports. That's not a right.
I don't know what you mean by "quote unquote" interfere. I have a question. Would you ever
But you
vote
just
for?
said you brought
I have
up
a question.
LGBTQ
Can I ask you a
rights.
question?
Is
Can I
that
ask
a
you a
right
question?
to? Go
Can I ask you a
ahead.
question?
Go ahead.
Yeah, could you
Go ahead.
would you ever support a candidate that was a biological male, a man that walked into the changing rooms
Yeah.
of women without their consent that were changing and naked?
Was he the owner of said event?
Does that matter to you?
Yeah, I mean, I think you're taking a Howard Stern clip out of context. Do you know what Howard
There is
Stern
no.
is
It's
known
not
for?
out of context. I can
Yeah.
play
Oh,
the
it's
clip if
not?
you'd like
What
to
is
hear
how?
it.
What is how? You're gonna play the Howard Stern clip.
Yeah.
I know you're young, but do you know who Howard Stern is?
Yes, just saying that Howard Stern is a bad guy and Donald Trump went on a bad guy's show
No, I
is
never
not
said he was
evidence
a
that he
bad guy.
didn't do anything bad.
I'm a big Howard Stern fan, actually.
That's gross.
I don't think he's a bad guy. That's
What?
gross. Howard Stern's a lefty. He's on your side.
Dude, I'm sorry. Have you heard specifically any of these clips?
Have I heard the claims on Howard Stern? The shock jock?
Yes. Oh, are you driving, by the way?
Of course I have. No, I'm not driving. I would
Okay.
never do that.
Okay, then are you a passenger?
I am a passenger. I am.
Okay, can the person who's driving say hi?
Hi, Parker.
So you're clearly driving. If you'd like to
No,
come on
that's
later
not
when you're
true.
not driving, I'll dunk on you again because you're clearly irrational. There are so many other things I'd love to talk to you about, but it can't have you on when you're violating TikTok TOS. We're gonna go to the next person real quick. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria that I had listed on the screen, everyone. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
28.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Why do you support Donald Trump?
Because he's prioritizing religion. The Democratic Party has waged war through feminism. Shout out to the LGBTQ community, but through LGBTQ community and waged war on religion through social media, movies, politics, and they've been indoctrinated to hate religion through these liberal institutions by saying that they equate patriarchy with Christianity and how they want to destroy women. So yes, I think Trump is bringing back religion. He's bringing back love, and he's bringing back the natural order: God, man, woman, child.
Okay, I have a question.
What's up, brother?
What is the natural order? What does that mean?
In the Bible, it talks about the hierarchy, right? God, man, woman. I'm sorry, I got a phone call. God, man, woman, child. So second and third wave feminism, right? Because they talk about intersectionality. It talks about questioning gender
Hold up.
norms,
Before you talk
traditional.
about like other sorts of concepts, would you like to define specifically what natural order means? Is it just man, woman, child? Is that it?
God, man, woman, child. Like that's what you put first.
Okay, so like for example, I have a
That's the
question.
foundation of family.
Are you saying people that do not have children are doing something wrong?
No, I mean, if you don't have
Okay, so
children,
then,
it's just
but they're
God,
not
man, woman.
but they're not upholding the natural order under your view.
No. So this is if you don't have a child, if you don't have children, it's just God, man, woman. If you have a children, it's God, man, woman, child.
Okay, so if someone is single for their entire life, doesn't get into a relationship, never has children, are they doing something wrong?
No,
But
I don't have an issue with those people.
but none of the conditions of the natural order are true. It's just
But
man.
we're but see, the religious people are not waging war and demonizing those people. But the left is demonizing traditional religion values and order.
And what
And
are those
and
traditional values that the left is quote unquote demonizing?
all right, let's start with because what happens is they create dog whistles. So let's start with Hollywood. Hollywood is a leftist institution. 90% of the directors and actors. This is from a peer review study. Are Democrats, right? So what they do is, so I'll give you an example. Curb Your Enthusiasm, right? It was David accidentally urinated on Jesus, right? And he used that for laughs. Now I'm pretty sure Hollywood wouldn't do that to Islam. They wouldn't do that to Judaism, right? Shout out to my Jewish homies, right? But for some reason, they have normalized dog whistles and disrespecting religion by pissing on a picture of Jesus. Jesus, you peed on my Jesus? Literally. Sorry, brother. I get passionate about this.
Okay.
Have you seen that episode?
No, but like I'm confused why that's such an issue. Like I would just like to I would like to explain I would like you to explain specifically like how that would be like this idea that the quote unquote left is like, you know, demonizing
Okay,
traditional
so
values. I'm
so
confused.
so
Like are you just saying that they like the left is demonizing like Jesus? I mean, based upon your definition of the left, you just said Democrats. Democrats are actually typically Christian. Did you know that?
they're not real Christian. They're
Wait,
they're
what?
they're
What is a quote unquote real Christian?
people who put other things before God are not real Christians. So if you put LGBTQ ideology, woman first, like feminism, all of these things that goes against Christian
I'm
traditions,
confused. What does it mean to
you're
put those
performing.
things before God? Like what are they doing that to you says they're putting these things before God?
When you prioritize one thing that's against God, right, which is against Christian values, that means like for example,
What do you
wait,
mean
when you
by
say
how are they quote unquote prioritizing something against God?
when they say I'm a woman first before anything, when they say I'm
What?
LGBTQ before
What?
anything, that's
What?
going against God.
What do you mean? What do you mean before anything? I'm confused.
So like ideologically, right? Feminists also talks about how
Like
they're woman.
when someone's talking about in that they're talking about like what? I'm so confused how that's like incorrect.
How
They're
are you
saying within
confused?
society to other people. Like are they're not making any type of theological claim when they're saying that?
I mean, that's your opinion.
No, there's no evidence at all that that's what they're saying.
All right, I got some evidence. Can we start in
Wait, so
academia?
again, you didn't actually give me anything in which someone is prioritizing something before God. There wasn't a theological claim there of someone prioritizing something above God.
All right, so biblically speaking, right? There's foundation of principles in Christianity, right? Thou shalt not steal. Typical.
Thou shalt not commit adultery.
Correct. So when you put things before that, you're going against God, right? So that's socially, right? But from an ideological standpoint, right? Because they're teaching this stuff in academia. So they have gangs now, right? Ideological gangs called LGBTQ. Because I don't have a problem with people having messing with the
What
opposite
do you mean
sex.
by ideological gang? What does that mean?
Okay, so this is the first time in world history where there's political movements centered around same-sex couples. So there's one thing that
You
has to
mean
be.
wait, hold on, The reason why there's a political movement is because of the oppression targeted against right the LGBTQ plus community. If you don't want a political movement specifically to then exist to then advocate for the rights of the LGBTQ plus community, well then how about you provide equity and equal rights for those that are a part of the community? Because that is the whole reason why the movement exists in the first place. If you weren't
But
stigmatizing the community, well, the community specifically wouldn't have banded up in the context of a quote unquote political movement. They're responding to the fact that their community has been politicized by conservatives and bigots.
so that would make sense though, right? But if you dive into the LGBTQ community, there's patriarchy and white men, right? White LGBTQ men leading the movement. So they oppress. They treat black LGBTQ like ish. They treat the women like ish, and they center trans women, people who's a man and transition to a woman,
So wait, I
and
have a
then
question. So are you saying that
so
you should
so
be
they oppress each other
intersectional?
within the movement.
Are you saying that you should be intersectional? And also, why are you saying that like oppression towards trans people is justified? That's crazy, right?
I
You're
never
trying to say
said
that there's
I
like a
never said that.
center. Again, like let me address this, please. Again, you calling out the existence of racism amongst different types of political movements is something that is totally justified to call out, and intersectionality is an important aspect of these different movements that needs to exist. But you can also acknowledge that through intersectionality, you also wouldn't be discriminating against gay people, right, and trans people, correct?
But I'm saying this, right? I agree. But so the reason why I brought the trans movement because the people that they prioritize the most are usually people that was male first and then transition to a woman. They don't center the people who was a woman and then transition to a male because
Okay,
they still
so
have
the
patriarchy.
idea that
They
you
still
have
have
here,
last point, last point, last
you're
point,
talking about from the.
last
I just
point.
want to clarify. You're talking about from the perception of other people, right? It isn't the case that
This is
someone is quote unquote.
mainstream.
It isn't the case that someone is quote unquote changing their
LGBT.
gender in that perspective. And this idea, right? Someone who's a trans woman was always a woman. Someone who's a trans man was always a man.
That's not true in every case. You
Yes,
think
like
the dude?
as
You think
long
the
as they
dude
were
Jenner?
adults.
You think Caitlyn Jenner? He was a man. He was a straight man
She,
for 60 years.
she.
Okay, she was a straight man for
So
60 years, and then all
just
of a sudden
because
put a
someone
dress on, and now he's a
wait
woman.
just because you
This is
I
delusion.
wait hold up let me please address this. Just because you specifically right are understanding them to be a quote unquote man does not mean it is the case that they are. That is the case that in plenty of contexts you have to understand that people are closeted because it is the case that society stigmatizes their
You was
existence. For
married. What are you
example,
talking about?
for example, would you say someone's changing their sexuality when you thought they were straight and then it is the case that they came out later and said that they were gay to you?
Yeah, they probably got turned out. You never know.
They
I'm
were gay the
saying,
whole time. They were gay the whole time. Wait. I have a question. Do you think that you
you're
can
making
choose your?
assumptions here, buddy.
Do you think you can choose your sexuality?
Yes,
Could you choose to find me sexually attractive right now?
if I wanted to.
You could.
I'm not gay, but
Wait, but so you could make that choice though, right?
yeah, I could. Yeah.
Interesting. Could you choose to find your mom sexually attractive?
Come on, bro. Come on. You going too far, bro.
No, I'm just asking.
Calm
Could you?
down.
You said sexuality is a choice. I'm just asking. Are you saying that
But
you
why are you
could?
bringing up the weirdest?
I think it's
cases
not a
where you're
choice.
trying to-
I think it's
got
not a
you.
choice. I think it's not a choice.
I
Right?
think
You
I think
should
you're
be able to
handsome,
answer.
but I'm
You
not
should be able
gay.
to answer.
I think
No,
you're
I
handsome,
can't
I'm
choose
not
that
gay.
clearly. Right? No, I'm asking a question. I'm asking you a question. Could you choose to find your mom sexually attractive? No, right?
Brother, come
No.
on, brother.
So clearly you don't choose your sexual attractions, correct?
Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. So then you could choose to find
Not
your
in
mom.
all cases. Some cases. Listen. So I'm
So
saying,
then
wait,
can you explain to me how you can choose to find men sexually attractive?
All right, I
Because
give you an
I
example.
can't do this. Explain to me how you can do this.
Wait, I don't find you sexually attractive. You said
No,
attractive.
you're
Now you
saying you
change the
can
movie.
choose to do it. I can't choose to find men sexually attractive. So explain to me how you could choose to find men sexually attractive.
Okay, so there's this thing called indoctrination, right? So, for example, Dwayne Wade's son. I'm gonna give you. Please let me get this full thought out, please.
No, I'm just sorry.
Dwayne,
Can you explain to me how you could be indoctrinated to be gay?
I'm gonna give you one. I give. Oh, this is easy. So, Dwayne Wade's son, right? Zaya Wade, right?
No, they just got removed for hate speech, and also fucking crazy. Don't do that. That's fucking nuts. Daughter, like literally daughter. Like I don't know why they feel the need to do that and then call themselves Christians. Like what happened to respect? What happened to like Christians showing respect? And I know that's not representative of all Christians. I just want to clarify. Progressive Christians don't do that, and that's what real Christians do. They don't do shit like that. The idea that he was trying to say that progressive and liberal Christians weren't real Christians while he simultaneously puts his hate above God is actually nuts. I just got a second flag, everyone. So for the 5.3 thousand people that are here on the TikTok stream, I have to hit a quick restart, everyone. I have to do this every single day because of all the different issues that exist specifically on TikTok in terms of push out. I will literally get banned if I don't hit a quick restart. So for the 5.4 thousand people that are on the stream right now, come right back onto the stream, click onto my account, and then literally refresh. I should be back in 15 to 20 seconds on the account, everyone. For the 5.4 thousand people, make sure to do that. Or you can go over to my YouTube, Parker Get a Job. I'll be right back, everyone. Give me 1 second. Follow me here. I'll be right back in 15 seconds. From the start, they'd be on BS. And as she second confirmed from the start, that dude is BS. Amen. Brad, thank you so much for the $2. Thank you so much. Grateful, thank you so much for the $4.20. Thank you. Rachel, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you. Hit that thumbs up. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. Belle, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you. Thank you. As well as, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Brad, with the $4 for early birthday. Thank you for the $4.07. Thank you. That's actually sick. Alrighty, everyone. Let's start getting some debates up here. For the 2.1 thousand people here on TikTok, hit that tap that screen. Ron, thank you so much for the $2. Thank you so much. Yep, Dean and I are great friends. Great friends. Michaela, thank you so much for the $4. I'm so happy that you did. I'm so happy that you did. That's great to hear. That's great to hear. Alrighty, everyone. Let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria on the screen. Jeremy, thank you so much for the galaxy. Thank you so much, Jeremy. Thank you so much, Jeremy. Yo, what's up? How old are you? How old are you?
Shabbat shalom, brother.
How old?
Pardon?
You said how old?
18,
What's your birth year?
2007,
What month?
July.
And do you support Donald Trump?
Yes, I do.
And why is that?
I just want to say, like, I don't know why. I don't know why, like, we're, like, debating this, because, like, Jews run the world anyways.
Crazy. Let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria on the screen, everyone. Yoshua, thank you so much for the $2.50. Thank you so much. Absolutely. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. I get you there. Don't worry. We'll have the VOD on YouTube. Jalen, thank you so much for the $4.20. Thank you so much for the daily sub feed. Thank you. Let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria listed on the screen, everyone. Appreciate the head mustache. Thank you. Let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria on the screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 49.
Do you support Donald Trump?
I do.
And why do you support Donald Trump?
I guess the main reason from the beginning was he wasn't a traditional politician. He didn't belong to the government, I guess, for lack of better words.
I mean, he is a politician, and he is
He
in
is
the
now.
government. What is
He is.
what's true about a traditional politician that's not true about Donald Trump that gets you to like the guy?
I think it's more of the corruption in our government.
Could you give me an example of what that corruption is?
Sure. let's just say the House of Representatives, or Congress. Let's go with Congress and all the money that they accept from different donors or whatnot.
So does Trump. So is Trump corrupt?
I mean, he probably.
Probably. Okay, so then, okay, what's true about a traditional politician is true about Trump. Therefore, why do you support Donald Trump? Because he's quote unquote not a traditional politician.
I mean, that's just one of the reasons. And then, of
It
course, I
seemingly
believe.
wasn't a good reason. So, would you like to provide any other reason that you think is good?
I mean, I wouldn't go so far as to say it wasn't good. I don't think I could
Really? I mean, he
expand
went up
on
to
it like
big
I would
fossil
like to.
fuel. He went up to big fossil fuel companies. He said, "If you give me $1 billion for my campaign, I'll give you $110 billion in tax cuts." He accepted a $400 million jet from Qatar. Right? He dropped a meme coin insofar as that countries around the world could buy his meme coin, increasing the valuation of how much money he specifically has, right? For political favors, where we wouldn't be able to actually verify specifically what that was for, or like whether or not the payments were particular to him, or whether or not they were for a specific thing or anything. So, like, do you
Yeah,
think that
you're
all of
right.
those things are completely okay? Do you think that those aren't corruption?
Oh, it's definitely corruption.
Oh, okay, if that's corruption, well, then that actually sounds like more corruption than a typical politician. So, what do you mean? What was bad about traditional politicians that makes traditional politicians so much worse than Trump? Because it clearly wasn't the corruption. Because Donald Trump, based upon your own definition, is more corrupt.
And I think it's more to do with the government agencies, like the IRS, the FBI, Homeland Security, those areas that we obviously were lacking in as a country.
So we should hire more people for the IRS, right?
No, definitely not. I
Why
think that's
not?
something that,
That wouldn't that
well,
reduce tax revenue? Wouldn't that increase the ability for people to evade taxes, especially if they're rich?
I think right now everything is going to what is it, a computer, right? It's mainly done by computer now.
But you still need agents specifically to be able to go and investigate different types of cases to see the types of settings exist for whether or not someone's committed fraud. You still need agents to fulfill those orders, and I just want to let you know, reducing the level of agents reduces the expected revenue and increases the expectations for fraud and loopholes, and for rich people to get around paying taxes. Also, like, what has he specifically done for the FBI and Homeland Security that you think is beneficial?
Well, I think he set the right people in place to
Such as
be able
who?
to get the director of the FBI.
What's their name?
Uh, I can't remember. He's Indian, but I can't
So
remember
you
his
don't
name
even
just
know
off of
his
that.
name, and yet he's such a good addition.
Well, I think it's because of the loyalty that he has to Trump. He's going to be a little bit more, transparent, which is something
Wait,
that
wait,
wasn't
wait.
happening
Loyalty to
last.
Trump doesn't mean he's transparent. And also, why would you qualify whether or not they're a good individual to be in a particular position in the FBI just based upon their quote unquote loyalty to Trump?
Well,
That sounds like a cult. That sounds
that
like
wasn't the
pretty
sole
authoritarian and
reason that I gave.
tyrannical,
No, that wasn't the sole reason that I gave. That's just one specific reason why he would be. There are obviously other reasons.
such as
He's well, he's got some qualifications, obviously.
such as.
All right, I give up, dude. I'm not a Trump supporter, but I didn't have any way to get up.
Let's go on to the next person, everyone. Let's go on to the next person. Presley, thank you so much for the 67 cents. Thank you. Brad with the $4.07. Thank you for another DNC bot grift birthday. Thank you. Kenzie, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $33. Thank you so much, Kenzie. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much, Kenzie. That's great. I'm so happy for you. That's amazing. That's amazing. Can we get some W's for them in the comment section right now? Thank you so much, Kenzie. I really appreciate it. Thank you. That's great to hear. That's such good news. Let's go on to the next person here, everyone. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the screen, everyone. Yo, what's up, how old are you?
If the left truly care about AB, why would they
How
allow
old are
it to
you?
happen?
How
Why
old are
would they
you?
allow it to happen?
How
Why
old
did
are
they
you?
allow the AB?
Hey, Hey, dude.
29.
Yeah, and do you support Donald Trump?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And why do you support Donald Trump?
Because unlike Donald Trump, he actually cares about our country, immigration,
Wait, you said
borders,
unlike Donald
basically
Trump?
everything.
What?
Unlike Donald Trump, the Democrats don't care about the AB and women. I mean, you're saying they're Christian, but how do you provide that information if you know that Christianity doesn't allow children to basically, I'm not going to say the word, but why would a woman actually allow that to happen? I mean, especially when it comes to Kamala Harris. It doesn't make sense, Parker.
Well, I mean, their interpretation of scripture is that there's a separation of church and state, and that they don't think that every sin should be illegal. So just because something is sinful doesn't mean it should be illegal, because they don't want to force their religion on other people. They believe in this thing that is ingrained in the Constitution, separation of church and state, that religion and government are not going to be intertwined.
In what universe does it allow that Democrats just harm an innocent child inside the woman's womb?
It's not,
Like,
it's not
it doesn't
Democrats
make any
that are
sense.
doing this. I'm confused. Are you saying allowing something means that you condone it?
I'm just telling you that AB
Wait, no,
shouldn't
I'm
be
just
correct for
clarifying.
women.
Are you saying allowing something means that you condone it?
Don't need it.
Condone. Like, just because it is the case that you allow it to occur, that means that you think that you support it and that you think it's good.
I'm not saying I support it. I'm against it.
No, I'm just asking, do
not
you think
really
that just
agree with it.
because someone allows that for it to occur from a legal standpoint, do you think that that means that they condone the behavior, they think it's okay or good?
It's not okay.
Answer my question.
Because it's
I'm
her
asking
life
you a
and
very
the baby
specific
in the
question.
womb.
No, I'm asking you, just because someone allows it, does that mean that they think it's good or okay?
It's not good to allow it. No.
So you would say it's wrong to
I'm
allow
not-
it, right?
It's wrong. I mean, it's the woman's life
It's
and the
wrong?
baby,
Okay, so then
man.
I have a question. Then why does God allow for abortions to occur? You said allowing it is wrong.
You
Therefore,
say it
God
as
must
if you
be
know
doing
God, but
something
you don't know
wrong by
God.
allowing it.
You don't know God. You don't know God. You don't know the scriptures.
Okay, you
you
have
act
a
as if you
response?
know, but you don't know.
Do you have a response?
Yeah, I have a response. You
Did
don't know
God do
anything about
something
God.
wrong by allowing it?
No, he didn't allow it. Of course not.
Oh, he didn't allow it. So he doesn't allow for free will?
Yeah, there is free will, but he doesn't allow AB.
So God
of course
allowed
not.
for free will, right?
If God allowed the AB to happen, Egypt would already been like okay, but yet it was destroyed by Jesus.
Wait, so do abortions happen in the world?
Happens everywhere. Yes.
Does
I
God
think
prevent
it's
them?
unfair. No, God doesn't prevent them.
Okay, if God doesn't prevent them, then you're saying that he's doing something wrong because he's allowing it.
Okay, what about here? It's the same thing. They're allowing it.
Wait, hold
They're
up.
allowing it. What's the
wait,
difference?
Wait, hold up. Can you pause right there?
Dean, hold on, Dean.
Dean,
How can
my
you
name
agree
isn't
that
Dean. My name is Parker. Okay. Do you
Sorry,
want to
my
respond to my point
mistake,
here?
Parker.
You said that if you allow for something, then you're condoning it. You think it's okay, and you're doing something wrong by allowing it. But then
If I
God's
was a
not
man,
doing
I
something
wouldn't
wrong
let it
by
be
allowing
okay because
for
it's a
abortions to
baby's
occur.
life. I wouldn't let it happen because it's a baby's life and the woman's life.
Wait, so
It's
I just want
basically you're
to
putting
let
two
you
lives on
know.
the line.
I just want to let you know. Democrats, right, are doing the same thing that God is doing. They're allowing abortions to occur.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they're allowing
not.
abortions to occur. Yeah.
It's the opposite. They're doing worse for women of AB. If you don't know about that, redo
explain
the
how.
research.
How is allowing abortions to occur, right, doing anything differently than what God is doing?
Bro, just look at the research of what Democrats have done. Take a look at the Joe Biden administration. Do you see any records of Donald Trump having the higher record of AB? No, exactly, because Democrats are the ones that are doing the worse than Donald Trump. You cannot prove that.
Actually, yes, it would be. There were
higher
higher.
evidence.
Wait. So under your view, there were higher rates of abortion prior to the point in which Roe
In the
versus
Biden
Wade.
administration,
Hold
yeah,
up,
yeah, there
please.
was.
So are you saying that there were more abortions after Roe versus Wade was overturned because Roe versus Wade was overturned under the Biden-Harris administration because of people that Donald Trump put in the Supreme Court?
The Supreme Court. What did Donald Trump put in the Supreme Court, please?
3 judges in
Enlighten
the
me.
Supreme Court.
3 judges. Really, what do they say?
They overturned Roe versus Wade.
Overturn it. Really? You
Yeah.
believe that stuff?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, yeah. Let's just believe in your ideology.
Believe in what? What do you mean? Everything I said was factual. What did I say that was not factual?
It's factual, but it doesn't come into a clear understanding. It's like you're talking as if USA has control over AB, but you clearly don't know anything about Donald Trump because he's a businessman. He's not basically a killer of babies, and you're 100% wrong about Donald Trump. But I can say a bunch of dirt about Joe
So
Biden.
you can say
He's
for certain that
he's
Donald
a father that
Hold
does
up.
harm to his own son, Hunter Biden, and also
Wait, I have a question.
child also.
I have
How
a
can you
question.
not say anything about Joe Biden
Really?
or
So
Kamala Harris?
do you think cheating on your spouse harms your children?
if I
Like
would
especially
allow
if you
my
break
women
up
to cheat
because
on
of
me.
that.
So you're talking as if someone's gonna cheat on me. That's what you're saying.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying if someone cheats on their spouse and then they were in a marriage when they had children with that individual and they break up because of that, does that harm the children?
If it's cheating and the child is not his, no,
The child is his.
it's his, but it's not
Yes.
cheated, correct?
He did cheat. Yes.
Okay, he did cheat with another woman. I mean, it's up to the women and it's up to the man himself. So it's
You're not
basically
answering
two
the question.
arguments.
Does that harm children?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so then Donald Trump cheating on every single one of his wives that harmed his kids? Why don't you talk about that?
Well, you can't prove that because
What do
that's
you mean I
not
can't prove it?
accurate information.
So Stormy Daniels
Donald
talking
Trump
about the
hasn't
fact
cheated.
that it looked like a mushroom wasn't actually legitimate information?
Legitimate information. Of
Yeah, I'm
course,
serious.
yeah.
That wasn't legitimate
if you would've-
information? I mean, she testified in court under oath. I mean,
They can say whatever everybody lies under oath, man. You can say whatever you want about Donald Trump, but he's not guilty in New York City.
what
of
was she
course
lying about? What part was she lying about?
Bro, she literally wanted to take over his Trump Tower business. Don't you know what happened in the
No,
court
she
systems?
didn't. She didn't want to take
Really?
over a Trump Tower. What are you talking about?
Really?
Wait, so then
Are
why
you
did
sure
Donald
about
Trump
that?
pay her hush money?
Hush money. Well, he probably didn't have a good brain cells. But I'm
Interesting.
just telling you that the man is not guilty. Even 34 felons, that would probably put a person guilty right away. I'm just speaking facts. But you clearly are the judge. You know everything about the Constitution and how 34 felons is not actually a criminal case when the guy literally could have gone to jail for all those 34 felons. But yet you say, oh, Donald Trump has done this and that. But yet he's not in court. He's not in jail. He's not in prison. So you can't provide accurate information that he is a guilty person when he's innocent. He's not guilty. He's not guilty. He's innocent. You cannot provide that, sir, because you know deep down that Kamala Harris or Joe Biden cannot put Donald Trump in jail. You cannot provide that information because you want to know why? Because you don't know Donald Trump. You don't know anything about anything. You need to go to school and educate yourself how things work in this country, sir. That is an advice, not actually a joke. Get some education and learn your stuff. But
I
you don't
need to
know
get
anything
educated.
about man.
Really? So
You
can
don't
I
know
ask you this
anything about
question?
man. But yet I claim I know
need to
everything about women.
Wait, hold up. Let's
Women
clarify.
are more corrupted, man. They let
Oh,
AP
okay, we'll talk
happen.
in a
That's
second.
their fault.
Okay, we'll talk about this in a second. Okay. So Donald Trump was convicted and sentenced of 34 felonies. Could you tell me what the felonies were, since you're so educated?
It's a lot of felons, though, so I can't go over it because I don't want you to just get banned on TikTok.
Name one of them.
Name one of them. Okay, the prostitution of this woman that he had an affair with.
That's not one of the charges at all. I
That
don't
was
know
one
where
of the
you
charges.
got that was involved.
He slept with a prostitution.
No,
with a
he didn't.
prostitute.
No.
Yes, he did. Yes. The woman literally wanted to demand him in court because she didn't pay him his money. She didn't pay her money. Like, that's happened. That's one of the 34 felons.
One, I didn't see that. Two, that's not what he was convicted
Wait,
of. He
so you're
was
saying that
convicted.
the
Hold on,
prostitute
let me
didn't demand
clarify.
Donald Trump for money
Let me
in
clarify.
court? Are you serious? Are you serious? That didn't happen.
That's not what he was convicted for at all.
That's
so
what he
let
was
me clarify.
convicted for, sir.
Can I please clarify?
That's what he was convicted.
I know
Yeah,
you're.
go ahead.
Yeah, let me please clarify. So, Donald Trump specifically was convicted and sentenced of 34 felonies, falsification of business records in the first degree, which is a Class C felony in the state of New York because of a predicate crime, like in furtherance of another crime. So that's why it was a felony. That is in a criminal case. It was proven beyond a reasonable doubt, and he was convicted and sentenced. You said that I was the one that needs to get educated, but you didn't know about anything about the case, and you also didn't know it was a criminal case. You also didn't know
Because
that
I
he
know
was
that
convicted
crimes
and
are
sentenced.
illegal in this country. Crimes are
What's
illegal
that?
in this country. You know the consequences. If Donald Trump truly is guilty, then by all means, let's just put him in jail and get it over with. But yeah, you sit here, Parker, as active.
So you agree
know
with me?
about
Donald
this.
Trump should be in prison. We both agree.
I'm sorry, I'm not aware that every single felon is actually not a criminal
Everyone,
crime
Trump
when
for
it is.
prison in the comment section. Can we get a Trump for prison in the comment
Oh my
section?
God.
You know, the guest
You're
agreed.
full of
The
yourself,
the
man.
Trump supporter on the live agreed with us. Trump for prison.
But you can't-
2025.
you can't
Trump for prison 2025
He's not
policy. Thank you so much for the
in prison.
$50 for
He's not
Parker.
in
You believe in
prison.
facts? You're such a leftist.
Not in prison.
Parker,
don't
you believe in
anything.
education? You're such a leftist.
Oh my God, bro,
Okay,
you
go-
don't know anything. You think
you
that
mean?
Donald Trump is gonna go to jail? Think again. It's not gonna happen.
Well, I never said that
Because you
Donald
have
Trump
no
is going to
proven
jail.
evidence.
The reason why Donald
There's
Trump's
no
not going to-
evidence.
Listen,
There's no evidence.
Listen, yes, there is. The reason why Donald
No,
Trump's
there
not going to
isn't. No, there isn't. There's no evidence. There's no evidence.
Listen. The reason
I
why
bet you in
Donald-
100 years he's not gonna go to jail.
I bet you, I dare you, he's not going to go to jail. A crime is a crime, Park. What happens if you commit 34 felons? You go to jail, right? You get punishable by death or something worse. But you know how things work because you're an American, same as I do. I know how shit works. I know that crimes are illegal, especially Donald Trump, what he's done. I'm pretty sure he should have gone to jail, but guess what? He didn't, Parker, because he fought back with proof and evidence with his lawyers, and the woman or whatever the hell happened, they didn't fight back with proof and evidence. So please enlighten me, sir. How in the hell does a man that has 34 felons gets to not go to jail or worse, incarceration? Because clearly you're not a judge. Clearly Kamala isn't. Clearly Joe Biden isn't. So there's no evidence. Evidence is evidence, Parker. You have none. There's nothing in it. End of story. He's not going to go to prison. He's not a criminal, and he's not anything what you say. I think it's criticism of the leftists. And I think you're just trying to give false information to people on the panel so that they can believe all of your Democratic lies. Because you have no proof and evidence that Donald Trump was the worst president of all time. Joe Biden corrupted his own son. Joe Biden allowed the child, whatever
Hold
the
up,
hell
before
it is.
before you make a whole new point, can I respond?
He caused basically.
Hey, I would love to talk about that.
Prices up.
I would love to talk about that. That's like, you know, right after this, I promise you, we'll talk about Joe Biden increasing the prices of gas in the whole economy. You know, I'm going to write that down. Joe Biden increase prices. Okay. We're going to write that one down. Okay. No. I promise you. But I just want to make this one point before we move on to that, because I think that's an important thing to address. You think that Joe Biden increased prices. I just want to address this.
He did.
Listen, let me please finish. Joe Biden, or not Joe Biden, sorry. Donald Trump lost in court. He was convicted. And the reason why he specifically wasn't put in prison is because he was elected president.
Really?
Yes.
So I'm just going to assume that by the time he leaves office, he's going to go to prison for real.
No. So like they said they wouldn't want to put him in prison because it is the case that he was elected president. If it was the case that he wasn't elected president, he likely could have gone to prison.
How does that make any sense? Apart from what he did.
I mean, you just need to look at need to look at the case. Look what they said as the reason as to why.
So the case says otherwise, but the judge says otherwise.
Yeah,
how does that make any sense?
Look at his sentence.
The sentence. So if I find out that the sentence doesn't make any sense, basically it's the court that's failing their job to do their job.
It's not the court failing to do their job. It's literally like.
Okay,
I mean,
what happens when you convict?
You know what?
A felon?
You know what? I actually agree with you. It is the court.
What happens when you convict a felon, sir?
You know what? I agree with you. He should be in prison.
What happens when you convict a felon or a crime? What happens? Answer the question.
They don't always
sir.
go to prison.
Really?
Yeah.
I doubt it.
This is an example.
I doubt it. You know, man, if you say that you're okay with AB of the Democrat side,
hold up. Before we move on to that, can we talk about your point about you think Joe Biden increased prices?
He did, actually.
Really? Can you explain
to
me how Joe Biden
for gasoline?
Increased prices? Are you
know,
saying
man,
just because it went up under his administration?
I don't understand you. I really don't. I'm failing to understand you. Like, I don't think you're understanding me.
I think that's
my point of view. Like I said before, what I say is an opinion. I don't mean any intention of setting a bad example to women. I'm just saying that women need to be more mindful before they even get an AB, because it's not ours.
We can talk about it. We can talk about that in a second.
Like I said before, wait. It's not our.
I'm sorry.
It's not our fault to blame.
Hey,
it's not our fault to blame.
Why is he just talking about so many different things? We just said that we were going to talk about. You think Joe Biden increased the prices? Can we stick on that, please? Is it possible we can stick on that topic for 1 second?
Yes.
Okay. So what makes you think that Joe Biden increased the prices?
Because, man, the prices never went down as when he left office, because it was still at $3.49. So, like, right now it's $2. So it's basically gone down under the Trump administration than the Biden. And please don't say it's capitalism, because corporations do not need all that expensive gasoline money. They don't. Even groceries, they don't even need it.
So actually, prices are higher now than when Trump first got in office. Did you know that?
No.
They are. According to the Energy Information Administration, gas prices on average in the U.S. are higher right now than what they were when Trump first got in office.
How much was it?
It's like 7 cents higher.
7 cents higher. Like under Biden, it was $3, and now it's $2 here.
I know that's where you are specifically, but I'm talking about, again, according to
every single state.
Do you want me to put it on the screen because you don't believe me?
It's not that I don't believe you. I just seen it myself. The gasoline prices.
So do you want me to show you the information and maybe then you'll believe it?
Okay. Go ahead, pull it up, please.
Okay. All right. Alrighty, alrighty. Do give it a second. Alrighty. One second, one second. Why is it not showing me the one I typically... Bro, by month. Bro, why is it not... There it goes. I have it
Yeah,
here right
internet's
here.
pretty slow.
No, it's not the internet. It was giving me the wrong link for some reason, not showing me the typical graph.
Did you do it
That-
on Google?
Oh, that was the wrong one right there. I didn't mean to do that. Well, it was both. Okay, I guess I have to do it for both. All right, let me turn this on. Give me 1 second. Oh my gosh, what does it do this? Sorry. Bruh.
Yeah, I see it. You don't have to show it. I see it.
I don't know why it keeps doing this. I'm sorry. Bro, this is actually getting annoying. I don't know why it's...
No,
why
no,
it,
I
why it
can see
randomly
it,
selects
though.
the one behind me. I really wonder why it does that. Okay, here we go.
Uh-huh.
You see right here? It starts here at 307,
Mm-hmm.
and then it ends here at 313 here in August. So it's gone up.
Is
It
that
actually
for every
keeps
single
increasing.
state or just... Is that for every single state?
That's on average in the country.
Yeah, but not here in Florida because it's basically $2. It's
Okay,
not really
that's
the
that's
same.
that's good for you. This is an average in the country. You said that because gas
Okay.
prices went up under the Biden administration, and because prices went up under the Biden administration, that would be because
Well,
of
it
the
did
Biden
went up in
administration.
Florida.
Wait, can I please finish?
Sure.
Yeah, so you said because prices went up under the Biden administration, it was caused by the Biden administration, but prices have gone up under the Trump administration, and you don't say that that was caused by the Trump administration. Why is that?
Because, man, it was $2 and something with Trump, but with Biden, it was $3 here in Florida. Like, they fluctuate the prices. It doesn't go magically on the same price if it goes on Biden or basically, Kamala. Like, it doesn't make any
Kamala.
sense. Okay, Kamala, that's what I said.
Kamala.
Sorry, my bad.
You could say Harris.
Like I said before, though, every single state has a different gas prices. Like, it doesn't always stay steady under
Yeah,
one
that's why I'm talking
administration.
about the average, man.
Okay, but good for you. You probably pay for like what, $2? Because I pay basically $2 and something.
Dude, I'm
I paid under
referencing
Biden
Florida isn't the
$2.
whole country, so I'm referencing the whole country on average. Kathy, thank you for the 10 membership subscriptions. Thank you. As well as, who knows, thank you for the $10. Joe, thank you so much for the $5. Josh with the $5. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Josh. I really appreciate it. As well as Maya, thank you so much. I appreciate the $2. Thank you. Benjamin, thank you so much. I appreciate the $15. Courtney with the $3. Ashley with the $1. Thank you. Amanda, thank you so much for the $5. And Lexi, thank you so much. I appreciate the $1.
Anyways, can we just skip the topic, please, and go to another one?
So you realize that you lost?
It's not that I lost, though. I'm just saying, though, it doesn't always go the same pricing under which administration it goes. I'm just saying that in Trump, it didn't go higher.
Okay. It did go higher under Trump's administration. I just showed you evidence based upon the Energy Information Administration data, and you seemingly aren't accepting it to this point?
Because I pay for $2 and something on gas. I don't pay for $3.
Hey, I get you there. I'm not saying this is Florida
Okay.
gas prices. I'm saying this is the average U.S. gas prices.
So you're saying that Florida doesn't belong to USA?
Do you know what
That's what you're
average
saying.
means? Florida is a part of the country, but it's not the whole country.
It's not the whole country, so you're saying it's outside of an island.
No, I'm not saying it's
How is
outside
it
of
not
the
a whole
country.
country?
I said it's
It's inside
part of the
USA.
country.
Okay, it's part of the country. Still, prices are going to change, even if they're not.
Yeah, and they've gone up under Trump. So do you blame Trump for that?
No, I don't blame him
Why
for
not?
that. Because every single state has different gas prices. It's not going to always
So then why didn't you say that
the
same thing for Biden?
Because Biden, it was way worse. It's like $3 and something. It's not
But like, how do you know that was because of Biden?
Because, man, I was paying for that. I work at Uber Eats.
Wait,
Jesus, I
just
have
because
a
you were
job.
paying for it doesn't mean you know it was because of Biden. What did Biden do to cause that?
So you're saying that Biden didn't put the gas or food prices up? I'm just gonna assume that that's actually what, false?
Yeah, Biden didn't cause that. No.
Really? So you're in denial. You're
Just
in
acknowledge.
denial.
No, I acknowledge reality. You're the one in denial. Can you tell me what Biden did
Okay.
that caused that to happen?
He put the price of gas, food prices up when the COVID ended.
With what policy?
Pretty sure you know what happened.
Yeah, what policy?
What policy?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. He probably put it because we were probably spending enough in COVID. I don't know.
Okay. Did you know that we signed in more debt-related spending under Trump's administration?
Depths. Really.
Yes. According to the Committee for
You should be
Responsible Federal
grateful that Trump
Budget.
even gave you a check. He was the first president that gave you a check, man. What did Biden ever give? Nothing.
Also, non-COVID
When
related
COVID
spending
ended.
was higher for Trump.
Yeah, but he gave us a check. What did Biden give us after the COVID ended, bro? There was
You
still
also
more
got a
expenses
check under
when COVID
Biden.
ended. No, no, sir, that's wrong. I didn't get
Yes,
a
you did.
check. No, I didn't. I checked
Yes,
the
you
mail
did.
every day. No,
You got a check. Yeah, you did.
no, sir.
What year did you
That's
get your
not-
check?
Hmm?
What year did you get your check?
It was during like COVID.
And when was that?
Well, Trump was still around, so I'm just telling you, it was during COVID that I got the check.
And what year
I
was
didn't
that?
get it. Probably in 2019, 2020, probably around there.
2019, before COVID happened?
Well, COVID did happen in 2019. Like the research.
Yeah,
says
no, the
otherwise.
lockdown started in 2020.
Okay.
in March.
Yes, 2020. I was near that, so yeah.
Okay.
I guess it happened
So,
during
I mean,
that year.
but you got multiple checks, right?
No, I only got one.
Dude, that's rough, dude. You didn't get the check you could have got, dude. That's an LU.
Well, I don't know why, man. It is what it is.
Well,
I
you
guess
just
it
you
doesn't
just
go for
didn't pay
everyone.
attention apparently. You didn't get free money?
It was only one check.
No, there was
It
multiple.
wasn't two. No.
Yeah, there were multiple.
It was only one check, man.
Do you see
I'm not
this on
lying.
your screen right here? Do you see this?
No, I can see it though. I'm
What does
telling
this
you
say?
that I only got one check.
What does this say on the screen?
It says CARES Act, other COVID reliefs 3.6,
Mhm.
non-COVID 2.2 trillion, American Rescue Plan 2.1 trillion, 4.3
And whose does it say is
trillion.
higher?
Yeah, I can see it. I know it's higher. Okay.
For who?
What's your point?
Who's it higher for?
Yes, Donald Trump is higher. Okay, yes.
So
And-
Trump signed off on more debt-related spending? And you said that Biden caused inflation because of the spending?
Well, it was $1,000 that he gave us, Trump, though. It was like more than what Biden gave. What do you think he gave us? Like $900? No, it wasn't that.
So now you did get a check under Biden.
No, like I said before. Trump,
So then how do you know
not
how much
Biden.
that you got?
Because I checked the mail and I only received one check during Trump was around.
So then you
How
didn't
can not
apply to get
believe
the
me
other
on that?
check?
Apply? No, I didn't know that Biden was giving checks.
Oh, okay. Well, so you didn't pay attention. You weren't informed.
No, I wasn't informed with Trump though. I just wasn't informed with Biden. There were some things that I was informed that he was basically corrupting his own son. I don't even want to get there, but and I heard that he was like a child or whatever. And I don't know. There's just more things about Biden that doesn't make any sense. Like you've seen how he acts, Biden. You know what happened in Palestine.
So Joe Biden saying he would date a 10-year-old girl in 10 years is a reason why you would never support him, right?
It's not just that. I mean, you're pretty sure you've seen Palestinian. Have you heard what the people said? Ceasefire now, and the guy was basically speechless. How the hell does a Democrat does not say anything about that? The woman was speaking out her rights. You're saying to me that that's right, that a woman just says ceasefire now in Palestine, while Biden sits there and all silently and say it's all right, and then he says nothing. How do you find that a good smart IQ? Tell me, in what universe does that apply for Joe Biden? Not saying anything about a Palestinian woman saying ceasefire now. For God's sakes, Parker, you know that that's true. You can't deny that.
Yeah, I don't like Joe Biden's position on Israel. I'm not pro-Israel. I'm pro-Palestine.
I said Palestinian, not Israel. Palestinian.
Yeah, I understand. I'm addressing this. Can you let me finish, please?
Sure.
Yeah, so I can acknowledge the distinction specifically between the positions, but Joe Biden's position did call for a ceasefire, so I don't know where you got that information from. That like he wasn't
It was a
advocating for a
video. It was
ceasefire?
shown. It was shown on TV, national TV.
So you must be thinking
Don't
about
believe
like
me?
an
Look it
arms
up.
embargo, maybe, because he did advocate for a
He
ceasefire.
was in Palestine. The woman was basically saying ceasefire now, and he was basically speechless. Did you not see that?
He advocated for a ceasefire. I just want you know, like that. Like I mean, I can disagree with Joe Biden's position, but like you have to accurately represent it.
I'm saying that the reporter was
Wait, hold up,
screaming at
can I-
Biden, saying ceasefire now.
So again, I'm confused what your point is trying to make because Joe Biden did advocate for a ceasefire.
I'm saying that Biden didn't say anything when he was in that country. The woman, she was a journalist, okay? It was like an interview with Biden, and the woman stepped up saying ceasefire now. And
Okay,
the guy was
I'd have
basically
to look at this clip that you're referencing. But what are you pulling from the clip?
I'm telling to you that the man didn't say anything about that. How is that a lie?
What is
I can
Trump
pull up
said?
the video if you want. I can pull up the video if you want. You want
Yeah,
to
go
see the
ahead.
video? Okay, I'll pull it up. Hold on.
Okay. But like also, do you want me to finish my other point before? So Joe Biden saying he would date a
Yeah, I'll
10-year-old
let you
girl in
finish
10.
and then I'll put the video.
So Joe Biden saying he would date a 10-year-old girl in 10 years is a reason why no one should support him, right?
If you don't believe that, then I don't know what to tell you. It's the truth.
So that was actually Donald Trump. Donald Trump is the one
Donald
who
Trump.
said he would date a 10-year-old girl in 10 years. So you wouldn't support him, right?
So you're saying that what he said was that was a crime, basically. So he should be in jail right now.
Wait,
for
hold
what
up.
he
You
said.
just said that that's a reason why you shouldn't support Joe Biden, given that you thought it was true about Joe Biden. But as soon as I told you it was
If
true
it-
about Donald Trump, then you're like defending the behavior?
I'm not defending anything. I'm just saying that if he said that, then by all means, he could have at least be impeached right now. But what he said.
Okay, do you want me to play him saying that?
Go ahead.
For sure.
Wait, hold on. Before you do that,
No, let me
I'm
play the
looking up
video, please. Can I please play the video?
Sure, go ahead.
I got you.
I have the video here. You're ready, so you can go first.
Okay, I got you. Perfect. Alrighty.
I want to start with a short video clip from
Hold up. Oh, I gotta mute there's an ad. 1 second.
Ridiculous having ads on YouTube.
CBS television. In it, Donald Trump is heard making questionable comments about a young girl. Let's listen to that.
Soon. Thursday night. You going up the escalator? I'm going to be dating her in 10 years. Can you believe it?
Really? You're kidding. Sure. You think that you believe anything what that man says? If he's not acting serious, man, he's not gonna do it. I doubt it.
So
Anyways,
again, you heard it was
hold
Joe
on.
Biden that said it. You said that's indefensible, that's horrible.
Can
How
I
could you
play my
support
video?
that?
You s-
But as soon as I show you that's true about Donald Trump, then you're like, "Oh, dude, he's joking."
Bro, he's not serious about that. Why would you find it serious?
I'm sorry. Are you okay with like adults saying that to children, to 10-year-olds,
Can I play the video about
to 5th
Palestinians?
graders?
Do you care
But
about
can you
that?
wait? Can you please respond to this real quick?
Sure. Uh-huh.
Do you think that's acceptable to say to a 5th grader?
It's not acceptable, but I'm pretty sure
Would
he's
you
not
support
serious.
someone who said that to a 5th grader, regardless of whether or not you think it was quote unquote serious?
No, I wouldn't support it. But again, he's not serious about that.
Again, you
Donald-
wouldn't vote for a candidate that said that?
Even if he said that, he's not serious.
Wait, no, not even
Trump can
if.
say
I just
whatever he
played you the
wants.
audio of him saying that. What do you mean, even if?
I understand that. I understand that. But again, the man is not serious when he says that. If he was serious, he could have done it. But then again, he didn't because he's not that kind of man, bro.
So
He's
again,
not.
when you say, so do you think that quote unquote because he was not serious, you think that that's a reason as to why you'd still vote for him, even though he said to a 10-year-old, a 5th grader, that he would date them in 10 years?
Which is not going to happen in 10 years.
I'm sorry. Do you think that's okay for him to say that? If someone went up to your
It's not
10-year-old
okay.
daughter, wait,
It's
if
not okay.
Donald Trump went up to your 10-year-old daughter and he said that, but he was quote unquote not serious, would you still support him for president? Would you still vote for him?
No.
No. Okay, so why would you do that if it was someone else's daughter who's 10 years old, who's in 5th grade?
Because Parker, unlike you, I don't believe that Donald Trump is this kind of man. I believe that.
I mean,
man
I
can
just
change.
played the audio of it.
No, I understand that, but I'm explaining to you. I believe that a man like Donald Trump can change, But a man like Joe
Oh,
Biden, what he did to his own son.
so you say,
Okay,
oh,
so
he
you
can
support-
change. How?
so you
When did he
support Joe
acknowledge
Biden,
this?
what he did to his own son. It's his own son, sir.
When did Donald Trump acknowledge this behavior? When did Donald Trump change as a person? Because Donald Trump has continued this behavior. He said that Epstein was a terrific guy. He likes beautiful women as much as he does. Many of them on the younger side. He bragged about walking into the changing rooms of girls in Miss USA because he quote unquote owns the place to inspect them without their consent. Where an 18-year-old came out, said there was 4 girls as young as 15 years old within the changing rooms that Donald Trump said that they would that Donald Trump barged into. Right? That's what Donald Trump did. He bragged about those things. And you don't acknowledge this. This is continued behavior.
No, I
What do you mean he
acknowledge it.
quote
I
unquote
acknowledge
changed?
it.
One, you
Acknowledge
can't
it.
change from that. And 2, he didn't fucking change.
Yeah, neither did Joe Biden did to his own son. So how do you call that?
What
Would
do
you
you
do that to your
talk-
own son?
What
What
did he
Biden
do?
did to his own son, man. You know what,
What
he did.
What did he do to his son that is comparable to you saying that it's okay for Donald Trump
The
to say he would
money
date a
and
10-year-old girl in
the
10
drugs.
years?
The money and the drugs. That's what Joe Biden did to his own son. I'm pretty sure you know about it.
What did Joe Biden do
Hunter
that caused
Biden.
that?
Bro, he left the military because his own father was paying for that kind of stuff. The drugs and the women. You don't believe that? Look it up,
Can
man.
you give
He's
me
not in the
any evidence
military.
that Joe Biden was paying for any of this?
The evidence, the fact is that Hunter left the military because of the drugs and the women that his father was paying. Are you serious right now? You think that a father would
Can
be
you give
capable
me
of doing
any
that?
evidence? Can you give me any evidence that Joe Biden was paying for DRUGS?
What can I tell you, man? Hunter got left in the military.
Nope,
I'm
you got
telling
nothing.
you the truth.
You got nothing.
Okay. I can claim that I don't got nothing, but I know the truth because I've seen it on TV.
Yeah, and I saw on TV that Donald Trump was doing that with Donald Trump Jr.
Donald Trump Jr.
Yeah,
Are you serious?
yeah, dude.
Really?
You
The
believe that, right? Just
youngest-
because I
the
quote unquote
youngest-
saw it on TV. Trust me, bro. Please.
No, he was in the military, Hunter Biden, and he left because they found that the guy was taking drugs.
And Donald
women.
Trump
He was taking
Jr.
that.
and Donald Trump Jr. I saw that he did this, and then he
come
had
on,
Trump pay
I-
for it.
Hunter didn't pay for the drugs and the women. It was his own father.
Yeah, yeah.
What-
No,
who
Donald
else
Trump
paid
did
for it?
too. Donald Trump did that for Donald Jr. That was I think that you were misseeing
Donald
what you
Jr.
just saw.
Really?
Yeah, that was I saw it on TV. If you saw it on TV, type 3 in the comment section.
Okay. Can I play the video of the Palestinians? Prove my point about Palestine?
Do you want to acknowledge specifically that the point that you just made was ridiculous first?
It may be ridiculous, but yet it doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Oh, you just got a limitation from search results specifically. I think it's like a 10-minute thing. Here, everyone, I need to turn on my AC. I'll be right back. Give me 1 sec. It's so hot. Why does it just shut off? I literally, before I hop on the stream, I turn it on, and then it just randomly shuts off. Like, I wonder why it does that. All right, let's go to the next person, everyone. Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria on the screen. 7th day. Thank you so much. I appreciate the $5. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. As well as Grateful. Thank you for the $50 on YouTube Super Chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Give me some W's for Grateful in the comment section right now. Thank you so much. How long are you going to be live tonight? I will be live for around 5 hours. So far, I'm an hour and 13 minutes in. Therefore, I'm going to be on for a little bit less than 4 hours. Just letting everyone know, from now on, I'm going to be doing 5 hours instead of 6 hours. I made the decision recently. But, I mean, it's not much of a huge difference for people, but... just letting everyone know. That's something I'm typically doing. I'm typically going to be doing 5 hours, 4 or 5 hours. Alrighty. Let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the screen, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Oh my god, hi Parker.
Do you support
Can
Donald
you hear
Trump?
me? No, I just wanted to say
For sure. We are just looking for some debates, everyone. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the screen, everyone. Let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the screen, everyone. The reason why we had to kick the last guest is because he got a flag. He got a flag. Nico, thank you for the $5. Thank you. Dana, thank you so much for the $1. I really appreciate it. Lewis, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $7. Thank you. Maya, thank you for the $2. Thank you. Let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria on the screen. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up, everyone. All right, let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the screen. Alrighty, everyone. Alrighty. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up, everyone. Let's go on to the next person. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up for the 3,000 people. Hit that thumbs up, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm gonna slap my dick on your throat.
So the next person, only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the screen, everyone. We are just looking for some debates. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
18.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Okay. What month?
Sorry, what'd you say?
What month were you born?
February.
And what year?
07.
For sure. So why do you support Donald Trump?
Well, I just like in the most recent election, I would be like, well, I wasn't 18 yet, so I didn't vote or anything, so I haven't voted yet. But I just like, I feel like I'm more like my like ethics and stuff like more aligned on his side of things, like to do with stuff like kind of like I don't really think like abortion should be legal and like the right to bear arms and stuff like that. And I just feel like the left more doesn't like that kind of stuff. So like I would say that's
Why should abortion be illegal?
Well, I just don't think it's right because like I believe that life starts at conception, and I don't think that it's like, you know, I don't think you should be taking away a human's life, you know?
Okay. Do you think it's murder to pull the plug on an individual in your family that's brain dead?
Like you're like if my like grandfather was brain dead, he could only live like he had no like he can't do shit, like he's just on a he's alive on machine.
It means they're never going to be sentient again. Never going to have a subjective experience again.
No, if they're living off machines, that's not murder, no.
Okay, so but they are cellularly living.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, brain dead individuals are cellularly living. Okay, so under your view, that would be murder. And people should go to prison for pulling the plug on individuals in their family that are brain dead.
No, I think that's a different scenario though. Like
why? They're cellularly living. You said life begins at conception. That's the reason why abortion's wrong. Therefore, it would be the case under your view that you think that people who pull the plug on individuals in their family that are brain dead because they're cellularly living, that they should go to prison for pulling the plug.
It's not the same though, because I feel like when that person, right, like usually you know, if a person's completely brain dead, right, they're living off of machines and they have no chance of literally ever, you know, having any type of recovery, anything like that. You know, the pulling the plug is honestly like almost like it feels like almost it's unfair to just have a person, like it's basically just a corpse sitting there that's living off this machine, you know? So it feels like pulling the plug is the best option for them.
Okay, so you understand that we're talking about in terms of what we value is that it's based upon subjective experience. It's not just based upon cellular life.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, we value subjective experience, not cellular life.
I don't, can you like define cellular life? That's my first time ever hearing the word, if I'm gonna be honest.
Life at conception, that's cellular life.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, so, I mean, I don't know. I don't think the whole, I don't think that it's murder if you're pulling the plug on someone and they're brain dead, but.
Okay, even though they're cellularly living. So why is it murder to get an abortion when it's prior to sentience?
Mm-hmm.
Because there will never be an individual that is sentient if it is the case that you have that abortion at that time.
Mm-hmm. Well, so I just think that, you know, if it's like two people are, you know, and then they end up becoming pregnant, that they took that risk, you know, obviously there's precautions you can take to stop that from happening, and either they didn't or it didn't work out, you know, whatever. So I believe that it was, you know, I think the miracle of life, you know, that's a thing from God, and it's like if
I have a question. Why should abortion be illegal?
Why should it be illegal?
Is it because of your religious beliefs?
I mean, I do think that backs it a little, but like you can't really use that to back law, you know.
Okay.
So
So I have a question. Would it be wrong to allow for abortions to occur?
would it be wrong to allow for abortions?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Like I don't, yeah, I
Okay,
don't,
so
I
then
don't want
Donald Trump
abortion.
allowing for abortions to occur in life, is that wrong?
Yeah, I feel like there's certain circumstances.
So God allowing for abortion is wrong.
Sorry, what?
God allowing for abortion is wrong?
Yeah, I don't think abortion's right.
So God isn't all knowing, all powerful, and all good.
No, he is.
Okay, so I I said Trump on accident. I meant to say God. Did you understand my point?
Sorry. So you're saying you think it's bad that God allows for
Under your
abortions?
view, God allowing for abortions would be wrong, correct?
I mean, yeah, but there's a lot of bad things that happen in the world, right? Like people are always going to be like, oh, like why would if God's like this all good, thing, like why would he let bad things ever happen? But like I just feel like that's not a fair, argument against it.
Again, so you said allowing for abortion is wrong. God allows
Yes.
for abortion, therefore you would consider that wrong. Then you'd have to say allowing for abortion isn't wrong.
I feel like your like correlation like almost like doesn't make sense. Like I think war's wrong, but war happens. Like but I still believe in God. Just because war happens doesn't mean I don't believe in God. Or do you?
I
Or
don't. But
Okay.
the idea that I'm pointing to is that if you believe that allowing for abortion, again from a legal perspective, is wrong because you're allowing for abortion to occur, then the same thing would have to be true about God allowing for abortion.
Yeah. Okay. So you're trying to you want me to say that I should believe that God allowing for abortion is wrong?
If it is the case that you believe that it is wrong for us to allow for abortion from a legal perspective.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, but like I feel like God gives you the free will, the power to do what you want, So I think it's wrong. In my mind, it's murder, so it's a sin in my mind. Maybe that's obviously not the perspective everyone has, and so I think that's wrong. But God gives you free will to do what you want, and everyone has, everyone's gonna sin in their life. So
Okay. So it seems like you're not really responding to the point, though. Like, again, is it wrong for us to allow for abortions to occur from a legal perspective?
yes,
Why?
because it's murder.
So then it would be wrong for God to allow for it because it's murder.
Okay, sure.
Then God isn't all good.
You just missed my point. I was explaining earlier, though, how you have free will.
I understand. But then if you're saying that it's justified for God to give us free will even though we commit types of sins, right?
Mhm.
Because he allows for it to happen, you're saying that would then mean that it's because he allows for it, that would then be wrong.
Yeah, no, I mean, I get what like you're trying to
We're
say.
letting people
I
have
just
free will from a governmental perspective.
Sorry, can you say that again? I cut out my phone.
Essentially what I'm saying is that from a Christian perspective, you have a hard time using religion to justify your worldview because it is the
Okay.
case that it either is fully going to be at the basis of your point or not at all.
Okay, so would you rather move it to more of a legal perspective?
I'm saying it shouldn't influence your legal perspective at all.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
I'm saying you should be pro-choice, essentially.
okay, yeah. I mean, I get what you're saying. I can't. It just doesn't feel right to me though. Like, I just feel like once conception happens, if there's an abortion that occurs, like you're ending a human's life, you know?
So
Do you
ending
not?
a human's life is always wrong. Is that your view?
No, because you're gonna get back to the pull the plug thing. It's not, because it's a
Or we
the
can reference
pulling.
First Samuel 15:3, where God commands Saul and his men to slaughter the men, women, children, and infants of Amalek.
Sorry, what did you say?
Yeah, in First Samuel 15:3, God commands Saul and his men to slaughter the men, women, children, and infants of Amalek.
Yeah.
Do you think that was wrong?
I'd need to I'd need to, read the full.
What context do you need to say that it's wrong to slaughter children, infants?
I mean, yeah.
What did the infants do?
Nothing.
So then why did God command them to be slaughtered?
I mean, I couldn't tell you. I'm not God,
Are you saying God doesn't care about babies, but he wants you to
No,
make it illegal to get access to abortion?
No, I think he does. No. I don't. God's not telling me to come on here and say this. This is this is just me. I'm just saying that this
Okay,
is.
so then why are you using your religion as your basis for your position if it's just you?
Maybe because of where I've grew up. It's just the first thing that comes in my mind is that, like, when I think about abortion, is I'm thinking of a human life being taken away, which fundamentally is wrong.
Okay, and then
Like, you agree with that, right?
But not in the context in which God commands the men, women, children, and infants to be slaughtered in Amalek?
No, I guess that would be wrong too.
Okay, so then God did something wrong even though he's an all-knowing, all-powerful, all-good being? That seems contradictory, so therefore Christianity is false, and you can't use it as a reason as to why people shouldn't have access to abortion. So what's the reason why why you think that people shouldn't have access to abortion from a legal perspective?
Okay, from a legal perspective, it's murder's illegal, and killing a baby in womb is illegal. Should be illegal. Sorry.
Do you think a zygote is a baby?
Can you tell me what a zygote is?
A single cell at conception.
Yeah, if this the sperm and the egg have chemically bonded and
I have
all,
a
like, I
question.
think.
Do you think it's
Yeah.
okay to put babies in freezers?
Like a live baby that's born
Yeah, like
out of.
a live baby. Do you think it's okay to put a live baby in a freezer?
No.
Okay, well then, do you think it's okay to freeze embryos?
Are you referring to, like, when they freeze them in the lab and then they
Like for preserving them for later. But
Yeah,
if you consider embryos babies, then you have to say that babies should be allowed legally. You should be allowed to put your babies in the freezer. But since we don't consider embryos babies, we don't have to say that.
No, but the embryos aren't inseminated yet, so it's not a
What are
baby,
you
right?
talking about? What is an embryo?
Sorry, what?
Do you even know what an embryo is?
Partially.
What is it?
It's like I mean, it's assuming from how you made me sound a little dumb there. I'm gonna assume that it's after the sperm and egg are together, and then it's where the baby is born.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, my bad.
It's okay.
Um,
So do you think it's okay to put babies in freezers? Do you think that should be legal?
no, because if
Okay,
we
so then it
put
should be
a
illegal
live
to put-
baby, if we put a live baby, like one that's fully fully developed outside of the womb, right? If we put that in a freezer, it's clearly gonna die.
Let's say it didn't die. Would it be okay to put a baby in a freezer so long as the baby doesn't die?
It doesn't die. It doesn't. You're saying it doesn't die. It's not gonna feel any sort of pain. It's not gonna have any knowledge of this, anything like that. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, let's say the baby's unconscious. Do you think it's okay to put it in a freezer?
Um, Probably not. No.
No? Okay, so then it's wrong to put an embryo in a freezer?
Um, I mean, like, I feel like it is and isn't. Like, I don't know.
Wow. New answer unlocked. It is and it isn't.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't really I haven't thought from the perspective you're giving me now, like of the embryos being in freezers. So I'm trying to come up with an answer on the spot, but I'm really not
seems
too
like
sure.
you don't think that embryos are babies.
If they're when it's inside the mother, right? It's when the embryos are put into the freezer, okay? They're not. Are they still growing as they're in there?
Are they still growing? No, they're not growing.
They're not growing.
Nope.
Okay, so they freeze the embryo, and then what? They can later come take the embryo out of the freezer, and they put it inside of someone, and that's how the baby is born.
Yeah, a baby can be born from a frozen embryo.
Okay, then I would say that did the embryo was it originally an egg taken out and then inseminated and then put it into the freezer?
Are you asking me what an embryo is?
No. I'm asking, did like the embryo that was put into the freezer, was it was it an egg was taken out and then inseminated and then put it in there? Is that how that was?
So are you asking me what an embryo is?
No, I was asking how the embryo got in there.
Then
in
I
the
am
freezer.
unclear what question you're asking me if you're not asking me what an embryo is. What question are you asking?
The embryo's put into a physical freezer, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so I was just trying to clarify that is it an egg taken out of a woman and then is it artificially inseminated and then put into the freezer? Is that what happens?
So are you asking me what an embryo is in order to ask if the embryo is put in the freezer?
No.
I'm pretty sure that's what you're asking me.
All right, I was just trying to clarify that's how the process was happening, but if
Yeah,
I
so
feel like
it is a life. So an embryo is living.
yeah, when it's at conception, it is living. It's a living being.
Yeah, and that's after conception. So
Yeah.
I'm really just asking you, do you think it should be legal to put babies in freezers? My answer is no.
No, a developed baby outside of a mother's womb should not be put into a freezer.
So some babies you're okay with being put in a freezer. Just so long as they're not outside of the womb. So what about being inside and outside of the womb? That means in one scenario, you can put it in a freezer, but not in the other.
Sorry, what?
What's the reason as to why you can put a baby in a freezer outside of the womb, but not inside of the womb?
I believe just because of the biology of it, it's when it's still in its embryo form, it's okay to be in the freezer.
Sorry, let me clarify. It would be prior to leaving the womb. That's what I meant to say.
What would be? Wait, sorry. Can you re-say that?
Yes. So, I'm essentially saying that, why do you think it's okay to put it in a freezer, right? When it's prior to it being outside of the womb, but once it's outside of the womb, then you think it's not okay to put it into a freezer.
So when it's outside of the womb, right? Obviously, if it was a little kid outside of the womb, we throw it in the freezer. It's it's not gonna live. It's gonna be in pain. Like that's torture. Like that's obviously fucked
So
up.
if
Like
it's
that's not.
unconscious, so again, if we're talking about a baby that's unconscious, okay,
Mhm.
and it doesn't experience it and it survives, are you okay with it being put in a freezer?
And it's like it's still living through all of it.
Mm-hmm.
And is it growing as it's in there?
I mean, technically, because we're always growing as people.
Nah, I feel like nah then, because it's growing, you know, and I feel like it's just the outside living its life.
Why does it matter whether it's growing? I'm confused.
Just feels like once it's outside and it's, you know, developed and continuously growing, it should be
Okay, so then to clarify, couldn't someone say that as the reason as to why they think that you should be able to get an abortion?
what should be the reason for them getting an abortion?
Because it's outside of the womb and developed.
It's
That's what
outside
they
of the womb
value.
and
Yeah, they
developed.
value it once it's outside of the womb and developed. Do you think that's a justified reason to be pro-choice?
Oh, so you're saying it would be okay to get an abortion because it's not really a thing till it's outside the womb?
Yeah, like would that be a justified reason to you?
No, not in my mind.
Why not?
Because like I said earlier, like I just feel like once conception happens, if it is, you know, like if the abortion occurs, it's like you're taking a life away, you know.
All right, we're just running back in circles, and it doesn't seem like a response here. So I'll try a different thing. Do you think IVF should be illegal?
What's IVF?
In vitro fertilization.
Is that the artificial?
It is an artificial process, sure, of creating children, I guess. It depends on how you define artificial, I guess.
Sorry, I just
Like
I'll be
caused by
I'm just
humans,
gonna
like humans cause it, right?
yeah, I'm just
Typically
gonna be
in a
honest. I don't
petri
know
dish.
what IVF is. Oh, you're talking about the ones that are made in the petri dish, like in a lab.
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah. Okay. So what was your question about IVF then?
I'm asking, should it be illegal?
To artificially like make a human in a lab.
No, the
I
process of
mean,
IVF, because they discard embryos and zygotes in that process. Are they serial murderers for engaging in the IVF process?
so I think yeah, that one's definitely a weird area in my mind. I still feel like it's wrong to be discarding all the embryos, but at the same time, it feels like for people, you know, that maybe really want a kid but can't have one, like it feels like the right option, but then again, it's like they're discarding all the embryos, so it feels wrong.
That
So I'm gonna,
truly feels wrong to you?
I mean,
Because to me, I don't give a fuck about a zygote and embryo. I don't give a shit.
really?
Not at all.
Even though that's a possible human life?
It is a human life, but I don't value it.
What gives it value to you then?
Zygotes and embryos do not have value.
Yeah, but like, so then what in human life would give you value?
What?
I said, what do you like? What
gives us
makes a
value?
human valuable?
Well, it's going
Like,
to be one, that we're part of the human species, and then two, we're sentient. Right? We have a past or present and future subjective experience.
so you're saying that the embryo's not valuable because it's not sentient yet?
Yeah.
Okay, but I mean, when you're like a super young kid, I mean, I guess you're sentient, but like you don't really, you know, you're not like
I'm
understanding.
not talking about memory. Not talking about memory. I don't remember stuff that happened yesterday, but I was still sentient and I experienced it.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think IVF is is a gray area in my mind. It still doesn't feel right to discard all the embryos. To get
Okay,
back to
so
your
it should
question,
be illegal.
it feels wrong, but I'm gonna say it shouldn't be illegal. No.
Okay, so then you think that serial murderers shouldn't go to prison?
No, serial murderers should definitely go to prison.
Okay, so then people who engage in the process of IVF, or those that particularly discard embryos, they should go to prison for serial murder. You think they're serial killers?
No.
Okay, so then you don't think that they're people.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I just you're pretty good at this. Yeah. I mean, I see the point you're making. Like, it makes sense. I still don't. Did you have any other points you wanted to talk about before? I think
I can
overall you
talk
probably.
about plenty. Is there any other reason outside of the context of abortion as to why you support Donald Trump?
Let me think of another one that I like. I feel like a lot of leftists. I mean, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like a lot of them usually don't support guns, right? Like, you guys usually want to ban guns, right?
So I mean, I'm okay with banning certain guns. Like, are you okay with banning what's it called? Like miniguns and RPGs and nuclear weapons?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, I mean, so then what's your point?
Like, I'm just like, I feel like I've heard a lot, that people on the left want like all guns banned, like completely, like the right to bear arms should be gone. But I still feel like, you should have the right to bear arms. You should be able to own like a semi-auto AR, a
Wait,
shotgun, a pistol, But if that's not, I said, I feel like you should still have the right to bear arms and have the right, like, like you should be able to own like a pistol, a shotgun, and like a semi-auto AR, like stuff like that.
Okay.
But if that's not a point that really you think matters, then I can try and.
Well, I mean,
think of something else.
honestly, I'm okay with banning anything in which reduces the likelihood that people die from a net basis.
Okay, cool.
In terms
So you
of
are
guns.
okay. So you would also want to ban knives, all knives.
I said guns specifically.
Okay, but you also said you'd be okay with banning anything that, would stop people from dying, and I feel like knives also kill a lot of people.
I said from a net
but-
basis for guns.
Okay, cool. But I feel like
Places where they have banned guns have lower stabbing rates, like specifically the UK.
they have lower stabbing rates.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, well, so I think that in America, right, there's a lot of guns all around. And if you pass a law, like say a law is passed today that completely bans all guns, and it's like, oh, maybe you have X number of days or weeks or months, whatever, to have your guns turned into the government, there's going to be good people, law-abiding citizens that are going to turn in all their guns. But then there's going to still be all the terrible, messed up people in the head that aren't going to turn in their guns. The bad people are still going to have their guns. The good people that keep them strictly to protect themselves are not going to have their guns anymore. And the shooting's going to happen, and there's going to be no one to be able to like protect yourself. For example, like I know my dad.
Places that have banned guns, why do they have lower rates of gun violence?
They probably had less guns in circulation when they were banned in
So
like
are
the
you
UK.
saying reducing guns in circulation reduces deaths?
No.
Okay, then what was the reason why we have higher rates of gun violence?
I think our mental health is really bad in the United States.
So the mental health is so much worse in the United States. That means that we have higher levels of gun violence comparative to all of these places around the world that specifically have lower gun violence with lower access to guns.
Honestly.
So then I have a question. Why would you
Yeah.
want to give people who have a greater likelihood of having mental health issues that lead to gun violence more access to guns?
Because the people that don't have the mental health problems need the guns to possibly protect themselves from the people. For like the shooting, I'm sure you know the shooting that happened just recently, right?
But when you reduce the access to guns in society, you're reducing all access to guns.
You're saying banning guns, reducing all access to guns. Yes, but
Yes.
the people that are still mentally unstable and not good people that would do these things anyways are still going to have their guns. But the good people that could protect themselves,
How are they going to get access to the guns?
they already have the guns, and there will already be guns. Like there's like, you know, there's illegal.
So wait,
guns.
everyone that specifically would do this already has a gun? Or are there some people that don't already have a gun that would do this?
No, there's definitely people out there that might not, that probably don't have guns that would do this. But
So then to clarify, if you were to reduce their so if you were to reduce their access to guns, would that restrict them from being able to commit those crimes?
No, because it'd still be easily accessible.
No,
dude,
it
it'd still be easily accessible.
It would be less
promise.
accessible. It would be less accessible, right? So it's
Yes.
less likely they would get access to it, correct?
If they were set to do it, they could easily do it. I promise. Like you would easily be able to
Then
find.
why is there less
more-
gun violence in places in which have less access to guns?
Less people.
Okay, we're talking about per capita rates.
Oh, so it's like percentage based.
Yes.
Okay. When did they ban guns? Like, has it always been a law? Like, since, you know, they were.
It has not always been a law. It would be different based on the different countries. I'm just saying, why do these countries specifically have lower rates of gun violence?
I mean, I think that I still think it's probably due a lot of things like the mental health, there was probably like they probably banned it sooner before there was as many guns spread throughout, you know, the like country. Because if there's already a lot of guns in circulation throughout the country, like there is in the United States, and we try to ban them, I still think that there would be enough around the whole world that would stay out there illegally that bad people would be able to get access to them and do these horrible things.
So if you reduce the gun supply, would that be better?
No, because the fucking people like that are good people like me and you know, I'm assuming you're a good person. You know, maybe you don't own a gun, but you're still probably a good person. Like you guys, you should be able to protect yourself if something bad were to happen to you or your family.
So again, right, you can do that with a pistol, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you don't need anything else to do that, right?
Anything other than a pistol.
Other than a pistol or shotgun.
Yeah. If you want to say that's all you need, I would say a shotgun's probably your best home defense weapon, and pistol's good to
So
hold.
then to clarify, you're okay with everything else going away?
Not quite, because I still think that you should
But
be
you
able to
don't need
hunt
those
with-
for self-defense.
Okay. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying there, but I still think it's a right in our Constitution to be able to have a semi-auto AR or something like that, you know?
It's also a right in our Constitution to not go to prison for burning the American flag. And who was undermining that?
Was it Trump?
Yeah. Who called for the termination of all rules, regulations, and articles, even those found in the Constitution?
Let me guess. Trump?
Yeah. Who said to take the guns first and then do due process second?
Probably Trump, if you're taking all these quotes, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I still don't think that anything he's done, though, has been, like, breach of the Constitution.
Here's the gem gun. You don't think anything he's done has been a breach of the Constitution?
Not that I'm aware of. Do you
Him
have an
signing an
example?
executive order to
Mhm.
put people in prison for a year for burning the American flag, which was determined by the Supreme Court to be protected by the First Amendment. That's not a violation of the Constitution. Him advocating to undermine due process rights, which is protected by the 14th Amendment, granted everyone in the jurisdiction of the country is granted due process rights. That's also him undermining the Constitution.
No, no, no. Okay, okay. Everyone deserves due process rights, and if in the Constitution, if it says that you shouldn't be punished for burning the American flag, then I would agree with that. Both of
It
them.
does.
If that's
the
what it
First
says in the
Amendment.
Constitution.
The First Amendment protects people specifically in burning the American flag.
Okay, then I
It's protected
believe.
by the First Amendment. So do you agree that Donald Trump undermining that is a threat to the Constitution, which is the very basis for your Second Amendment rights, meaning that Donald Trump is a greater threat to your Second Amendment rights?
Yeah, I would say that would be undermining the Constitution, and I still don't think that he'd be getting rid of the Second Amendment, though.
What makes you think that he would uphold the Second Amendment, given that he called for the termination of all rules, regulations, and articles, even those found in the Constitution?
I mean, I just believe that him being on the right side of things, that he's more likely to keep our Second Amendment right around than if the left were to win. You know, if the left won, they would still be pushing to get rid of guns. And
Can you name one policy that Kamala Harris supported that was anti the Second Amendment?
no, I cannot.
But I can mention multiple things about Donald Trump that were against the Constitution, which is the very basis for the Second Amendment. And if Donald Trump called for the termination of all rules, regulations, and articles, even those found in the Constitution, well, then that is a threat to the Second Amendment, is that is one of the rules, regulations in the Constitution.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I get what you're saying, but I mean, I still believe that maybe not specific. Like, first off, you know much more about politics than I do. Like, you follow it a lot more than me, so you're gonna be able to pull stuff up about like everything that Trump has said and stuff like that. And I won't be able to do the same for Kamala. Maybe she has said something about the Second Amendment or something like that, and I don't even know. But that's besides the point, because if majority of people on the left want guns to be gotten rid of, and Kamala wins over the 4 years. Sorry, what is it?
Kamala. And also, a well-regulated militia isn't against the Second Amendment. She's not advocating to get rid of all guns, therefore it's not against the Second Amendment.
What guns does she want to get rid of?
Well, she didn't even specify. You guys just
Okay.
assumed this to be true. People said ARs because in 2020 she said ARs.
Mhm.
But I mean, even then, if it was just that, that's not a big issue. That doesn't take away from your Second Amendment, right? That's a well-regulated militia. Now, if you want to reference that, again, we can talk about the idea that one, she wasn't against her Second Amendment rights, and two, again, Donald Trump going after all rules, regulations, and articles, even those found in the Constitution, is a greater risk to your constitutional rights than Kamala Harris was.
Yeah, I
Or do
mean,
you not care about other constitutional rights other than the Second Amendment?
No. That's not what I'm saying. I still think that constitutional, the Constitution is what America was based on. So I think that shouldn't be ever messed with, in my opinion. No, I get. I mean, I get your point, but did he ever did that ever happen? Did he ever pass anything that got rid of all those rules and regulations? No, that never happened.
He can't legally, but
Yeah,
it is
exactly.
the case that he has done things to undermine the Constitution. And I gave you examples already.
Yeah, but
So what makes you think that he won't continue to keep going further? Given that he called for the termination of all rules, regulations, and articles, even those surround the
because he
Constitution.
legally can't. He legally won't be able to.
Well, that hasn't stopped him in violating due process rights. That hasn't stopped him in being a convicted criminal. That hasn't stopped him in terms of undermining plenty of the laws. So, again, it can stop him up to a certain point, but if there's no enforcement mechanism, like, for example, when the Supreme Court lacks an enforcement mechanism to specifically hold Trump accountable and the executive accountable, what do we do?
Wait. You were saying
When the Supreme Court lacks an enforcement mechanism, what do we do?
that can enforce Trump not to do what?
Again, if the Supreme Court doesn't have an enforcement mechanism to uphold their determinations, then how is it the case that the executive will be kept in check?
I'm a little lost on your question, if I'm being honest.
Bruh, what was confusing?
You're trying to tell you're saying like you're like making up scenarios that just aren't like they're not happening.
What do you mean?
You're trying to say that Trump can break these laws and do stuff against the laws and that he won't have any repercussions in the Supreme Court? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, in some connotations where there is no enforcement mechanism for the Supreme Court on their determinations, they can't keep the executive branch, and that's why we've had an issue. Right?
I mean,
Donald Trump not upholding court determinations. There was a 9-0 Supreme Court order. Donald Trump went against it.
He went against what? Sorry,
That's a constitutional crisis. He went against the Supreme Court order that was 9-0.
So the Supreme Court won that ruling now?
Yes. They 9-0 ordered him to do it, and he did not listen to it.
I mean, if the Supreme Court, what ended up happening then after he didn't do it?
Again, it was the case that he got a huge backlash, and now he wants. And then they finally, after a while, which again after not upholding the Supreme Court, they then brought him back to the country after a while, and then now he wants to send Kilmar Abrego Garcia to Uganda, which is a country that he's never been to.
I mean, I'm not really sure about the whole situation you're referencing right now.
Do you agree with sending Kilmar Abrego Garcia to Uganda, a country he's never been to?
Who is that?
You need to do some research, my guy. Are you Patrick Starr?
I mean, I feel like there was no need to take shots there. You know, I thought I've been pretty respectful this whole time. I'm trying to.
Dude,
get educated.
You can't take a playful joke saying that you're Patrick Starr because you didn't know something in the media.
I mean, I told you at the start. I don't follow
you
it.
Get
a
it?
lot.
You get it? Like you live under a rock. Like that's all I was saying. Like it's a
no.
phrase.
It's
just like
no,
a play
you're
on
good.
words.
You're good. No, you're good. I was just like, I just thought it was you just seemed to be getting a little irritated. I wasn't trying to make you mad or anything. I just genuinely didn't, hadn't heard of the situation.
That's fine. Kilmar Abrego Garcia is someone who's undocumented that Donald Trump deported without due process to an El Salvadorian prison where he was tortured. The Supreme Court 9-0 ordered that he should not have been sent there. Right, and Donald Trump still did it without due process.
Okay.
And then he came back. He brought him back to the country, right, after saying that we couldn't get him back, and specifically, is now advocating to send him to a country.
Yeah. So he got sent away without due process, came back, and now is he getting his trial? Is that what's happening?
He has not been given a trial, to my understanding, yet, but Donald Trump is advocating for him to be sent to Uganda.
Okay, I mean, if he is an illegal immigrant, I still think he should be deported out of the country back to
with due process,
wherever his home country is.
And again, that was
yeah.
That was the country specifically where the Supreme Court said not to send him back to because he's being sent back to an El Salvadorian prison where he was tortured.
Did he come from El Salvador?
Yes, to my knowledge.
I mean, did he do something illegal in El Salvador? That's why he was put in the prison. Like, I feel like, I mean, torturing's wrong. Like, no, like that's bad. Like, I feel terrible. Like, he shouldn't have been tortured. But if he committed a crime in his country, we don't have any say in their laws. He shouldn't be in here. He broke our laws coming in, so he should be sent back to El Salvador, where he came from. No.
So you would violate a Supreme Court order?
No, because the Supreme Court order was for him not getting due process. I still think he should have got due process.
So you think he should get due process? Okay.
Yes.
Which has not been granted to him.
Yeah, if it hasn't been granted to him, then I think he should. But there are a lot of illegal immigrants, so that's a lot of trials to be had.
Okay, so are you saying because it will take too long to go through the legal process that you wouldn't care to go through the legal process, because that's then a justification to come to the country and document it, because it will take too long to go through the legal process?
No. I'm still saying they should get due process, but maybe we had some sort of way of holding them into like if they're illegal, we had some sort of way of holding them until we could get them due process, and then if they were found to be illegal, you send them back. If not, they
so due process. So give them due process rights, but you don't send people to camps without due process. But you want
what do you mean?
You want a quick and speedy trial. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But
right,
actually, no, wait, because if they're illegal and not even a United States citizen, do the due process laws apply to them?
Yes, everyone in the jurisdiction of the country gets due process. How would you determine that someone's undocumented without due process?
Okay, yeah. No,
like
you're right.
Based upon that notion, I would be able to deport you and do that without due process, because we would never check to make sure that you're a citizen.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I get what you're saying. So,
Emily, thank you so much for the $20 on YouTube Super Chat. No, this is Patrick. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Tamara, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Chris, thank you so much for the $5. Ryan with the $5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Rodney, thank you so much for the $10. Ryan with the $2. Thank you so much. And the $10. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Harper with the $5. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Salt, thank you so much for the $10. Zach with the $20. Thank you so much, Zach. I really appreciate it. Yes, that is one I actually have commonly cited in the past. Thank you so much, Zach. I really appreciate it. Mojo, thank you for the £5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Absolutely. Shreya, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $100 on YouTube Super Chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Give some W's for them in the comment section right now. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I actually don't do that specifically. I don't add people up specifically for any amount. That's like something I have to do as a boundary I've been doing for a while now. But I do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Filthy, thank you so much for the $2. Thank you so much. And then Seventh Day, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you. As well as let me catch up on Venmo and Cash App real quick. Jordan, thank you for the $15. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Jordan. Thank you on Venmo. I really appreciate it. Ashley, thank you so much for the $1. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And oh my gosh, Jay with the $300 on PayPal. Jay, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Can we get some W's for Jay in the comment section right now? Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. A piece of poetry for you. I gave Dean the same for his birthday. You see, but then Dean thought came to me diabolically. Wait, Parker was born. Was he not? So I end. Happy April to you. Happy birthday to my friend. Thank you so much, Jay. Can we have W's for Jay in the comment section right now for the $300 on PayPal? Thank you so much, Jay. Seriously, W's for Jay in the comment section right now. Thank you so much. All right, continue. What were you saying?
I kind of lost my point, but I was reading your chat as you were going through that. It seems like a lot of them want me to leave, so maybe it might be better for you and your supporters. It seems like they want someone else to hop in. I wasn't reading the chat the whole time, but I was reading it while they were coming in. It looks like they don't want me in here anymore. But
you can keep making your point here. I mean, there's some people who say that in the comment section, but like, I want you to be able to engage with these points.
I mean, sorry, I was just reading the chat, but bye, Patrick. Anyways, yeah, no, I also think it's funny chat seems to like hate on everyone that comes in here, but I feel like they're probably less uneducated than majority of the people that were coming in here. But
What makes you think that?
Because they're sitting in here, so they're just watching this, and they're just kind of like yelling at, like, making fun of the people that come in here to talk. And I mean, maybe some of them, I don't watch the live, like,
How
really
does that
ever.
make them less educated?
They sound, I'm just like, the way they're just talk, like, they just talk shit for no reason. It just sounds dumb. Like, I haven't.
So
you
like
know,
Donald Trump is less intelligent because he talks shit for no reason?
Nah. He's a good businessman.
And so
You
it's
know,
only applicable to my chat and not applicable to Donald Trump. Can you name one good businessman that has 6 bankruptcies outside of Trump?
how much does Trump have in his bank account, though? I feel like that's all that matters if you're a good businessman now.
No, because he inherited $400 million from his dad. Would you be rich if you inherited $400 million from your dad?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so like clearly that wouldn't be evidence of him being a good businessman. So can you name one good businessman outside of Trump that has 6 bankruptcies?
I mean, probably not. I didn't even. I was just saying in the first place, Trump's known as a big businessman. So
Can say where the road goes. Olivia, thank you for the level ship. Thank you. So if it is the case that you can't mention a single businessman that is a good businessman with 6 bankruptcies, why is that some reason why he's intelligent, but the chat is not, even though you said that literally insulting people without reason was a basis for you not being intelligent, even though I would say the people insulting you have reason.
they have reason because I support the right wing. Oh, okay. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. I get it. I mean, I have friends that are on the left side of things, you know, but so I mean, I feel like politics aren't everything, but I would still say they just seems usually like they're unintelligent because they're just sitting here talking shit to a random person they don't know, and they just are hearing me trying to explain what I think to someone that does this all
Say
day.
you do think that, you have to apply it to Trump too then.
He's never. I don't think he's ever. Not in my mind. I don't think he's ever.
You don't think he's
talked shit
ever
to a random
insulted someone
person.
for no reason?
To a random person that he doesn't know completely, like at all.
Okay, so why did he talk shit about Ted Cruz's wife? Purge the Galaxy.
I don't know. But he might have known her. Like, I don't know.
Really?
Or
How
maybe
did he
knew
know
Ted
her?
Cruz. I just told you. I'm not sure. Do you know?
What about Taylor Swift? Is he good friends with Taylor Swift?
I would highly doubt that. Yeah.
Okay, so then like why does he hate on Taylor Swift?
Probably because she makes shit music.
That's not the reason.
What's the reason? Because she's leftist?
Come on, you can't tell me you've never sung a Taylor Swift song. You can't tell me that.
All right, you're right.
Okay, I don't want to hear it.
I mean, we're getting a little. This is
Okay, so like, are you gonna address my point? So why does he do that? It's not because of his music or because of her music.
Because she is a leftist.
I don't think she's a leftist. It depends what you mean by leftist. Do you just consider any liberal a leftist?
Sorry, maybe yeah. I meant liberal. Like she supports the left side of things.
Okay. So because they're a liberal, because they're on the other side politically, gives you a reason to insult them?
No. No.
Thank you. Oh wait, but that was the reason why you said it was justified. Wow, how the tables have turned.
Cammy, if you know more than me, hop in here and we can talk. Like, I swear I see her chat.
Shariah, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $100. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Absolutely, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. I totally get you there. I actually think You know, I sometimes I answer questions on the live. Sometimes I do Q&As every once in a while. But I do just want to say, like, I mean, there are other people that are content creators that also engage in other sorts of content. I do think uniquely, like, it makes sense for me to engage in debate with Trump supporters. But, you know, every once in a while, I'll bring people in who specifically don't support Donald Trump. But that's actually typically, like, the thing that I do is engage with people who do support Donald Trump. There are other people who do other content that specifically engage with people who are on the same side as them. And I think that that content specifically would be the type of content that you'd be looking for, it seems. But yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I just happened to stumble across the live and hit the request, and it happened pretty fast. But yeah, man.
So what's your main reason for supporting Donald Trump?
I feel like we already had went over this earlier. Like the right to bear arms and abortion, we already went over, and then I think, you know, we already kind of went over the illegal immigrant thing a little bit. I mean, I feel like those are like big 3 points. Like, can you maybe give me something like why you support? Sorry, how do you pronounce her first name again? It's not Kamala, right?
It's
yeah. Kamala.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, in terms of this, there are plenty of reasons. If we want to reference the policy, we could reference the bipartisan infrastructure bill, the CHIPS and Science Act, the PACT Act, the Inflation Reduction Act, the American Rescue Plan. We can reference the $6,000 child tax credit for the first year of a child's life, $3,600 through them being 5 years old, $3,000 through them being 18, $25,000 tax credit for first-time home buyers for new homes, $2,000 cap on pharmaceuticals out of pocket, getting rid of the effect of medical debt on your credit. There's plenty of things specifically that Kamala Harris supported in terms of policy that I think was significantly better than Donald Trump's policy. I think Donald Trump's policy is horrible. It's adding trillions of dollars more to the debt. It's cutting 420,000 children off of free school lunch and breakfast every single month on average, 2.5 million people off of food stamps on average per month, and over 10 million people off of their health insurance.
Yeah, that was a whole lot of stuff you said, but none of it's actually happened or happening because she's not in office, and there can be plenty of things.
Really, the bipartisan infrastructure bill happened. The Inflation Reduction Act happened. Right? The American Rescue Plan happened. The CHIPS and Science Act happened. The PACT Act happened. Those are all policies that happened. I mentioned both policies that happened and policies that she was supporting for the next administration.
Okay. I mean, I don't fully know what each one of those. I mean, I actually don't really know what any of those acts. Whatever the fuck they're called, go into. But the one that I heard.
Name one policy of Kamala Harris's that you disagree with?
The one that you said about, you mentioned that she's giving, I didn't hear the exact number, but you said she's giving a certain number of money to each kid and then even more when they turn 16 or 18 or something like that. Is that what she said?
Child tax credit increase.
Yeah, so everyone in the world gets that money?
It's people who have children. It's a child tax credit for their taxes. So we can benefit them so that they can take care of their children.
Okay, so it's kind of like the what happened in COVID with the stimulus checks, but just for people with kids.
Donald Trump extended the tax cuts through the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, the child tax credit from $1,000 to $2,000. She wanted to increase it to $6,000 for the first year of a child's life, $3,600 through them being 5 years old, $3,000 through them being 18. When implemented in 2021 through the American Rescue Plan, it reduced childhood poverty by 45%.
So that act was actually implemented?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, if it reduced childhood poverty by 45%, I feel like that was a good thing. Did it increase our debts by a lot?
No. Trump signed off on more debt-related spending.
All right, then. I mean, I would have to like look all the way into the policy, but from what you said, like, I mean, that sounds like a good thing overall to reduce childhood poverty.
So, is there a single policy that you think that Kamala Harris supported that was bad?
I like once again, I don't fully know her. Like, I don't really know the policies and all that she went into supporting.
So you don't know any policies that she supported that you disagree with. So what makes you think that Donald Trump is a better candidate than Kamala Harris, given that you don't know any of her policies?
Solely, I'm more basing it off of the fact of the right wing versus left wing, general ideas. Usually, I know generally, like I said earlier, the left wing believes more in the banning of guns. We're basically opposites on the gun laws, abortion laws, and illegal immigrant laws and all that stuff. And I lean more towards the right for all those sides of the laws. So that's why I figured, going more towards the right side would be better.
Seems like we already had conversations about those things. So do you still hold those positions?
Yeah. So, I feel like that's about about it for the positions that I are up there for me in my mind. I don't really know if I have much.
For sure. All right. Is there anything else you want to talk about before we go on to the next person?
Nah, I think I'm good, man. I appreciate the conversation, and yeah, man. Chat. Have a good night. You too, man.
Nico, thank you so much for the $5. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Nico. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Sammy, thank you so much for the $20. I really appreciate it. Sammy, thank you. Give some W's for Sammy in the comment section right now. Thank you. Let's go on to the next person. If you want to support me, as always, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description of the YouTube, as well as you could support me over YouTube Super Chat. Secondly, if you want to help out for free, everyone, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description of the YouTube, as well as you could support me over, again, YouTube Super Chat. Make sure to, again, follow me if you have not already, everyone. Make sure to follow me if you have not already. Alrighty, we're going to start getting some people up here right now. Again, only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Sorry, what?
How old are you?
23.
Do you support Donald Trump?
To an aspect.
What's your birth year? Okay. All right, let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria on the screen, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 40.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Yes.
And why is that?
I think he's tougher than Kamala.
You think he's
And
what?
I expect that. I think he's tougher.
What do you mean by tougher?
Like he got NATO to pay more, and I don't think Kamala would have be able to do that.
One, it is the case that there was more increase in NATO spending under Biden. So why do you think that that's true?
I don't think that's. I think Donald Trump was the one that pressured them to contribute more.
Did you know that NATO's confidence in Kamala Harris was significantly higher than Donald Trump?
Confidence?
Yeah.
I think the reason is just that Trump's always bashing them. That's why.
So
But I mean, like the
why
point
would
of
you think?
the
Why would
point
you
of
think someone that has less of a likelihood of having confidence amongst the leaders within NATO would have more influence over the leaders in NATO?
but can we address the point that he made them pay more?
Yes, I did. Biden led to there being more of an increase.
You're saying that they paid more during the Biden term? I
There
don't
was
think
more
so.
of an increase under Biden than there was under Trump.
But that's not what my research shows. It's like they paid more under Trump, and Trump was the one that made them pay more. And I mean, like now it's like 5%. It was 2%, and when it was 2%, they didn't even like fulfill the 2%. That's what my research shows, you know. But if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, you know.
Okay. Well, we see a massive increase under Biden.
Under Biden was still 2%,
You can
right?
find this from the NATO website.
I mean, generally, I feel that I know that it was Trump that pressured them into paying their, that fair share, you know. So that was
Um,
what
yeah,
yeah.
I just want to let you know the annual change was greater under the Biden administration.
Maybe I'll look up on it. But to my knowledge, is
Yeah,
Trump
look at the
pressured
title.
them and
Look at the title: Defense Expenditure of NATO Countries 2014 to 2024.
okay. So that's one point. If that's one point that I feel that he made NATO pay more. Like I'll look it up if Biden made them pay more. If it's true. So that's one point. And another point is that I feel that um he's more for peace more than Kamala. Like generally more. Like he's doing more for peace. So yeah, that's another point.
Okay, so what is he doing for peace?
The India, Pakistan, and Ukraine, Russia, Israel.
Neither of those did he specifically get peace in.
India, Pakistan. He stopped that.
Both sides did not
They
indicate
started.
that he was the basis for peace. And then for Russia, Ukraine, there's no peace agreement. Israel's like literally bombing everyone and killing everyone. They literally just took out the entirety of like the like government in Yemen.
Okay, so let's go one by one. So for Ukraine and Russia,
there is literally less peace since Trump got in office.
could we go like one by one? Like Ukraine, Russia, he's trying something. He's trying to make peace, right, with them. So he's trying to set up a meeting and stuff.
So you said he's trying to make peace, but is he the basis for why peace is occurring? No, he's the basis for why there's more conflict.
For Ukraine and Russia.
Yes. For example, he literally for Ukraine and Russia, he defunded Ukraine, which gave Russia more power in the region, which continued their onslaught over Ukraine, and then he funded Ukraine again, then putting Ukraine in a worse position to defend themselves.
Okay, I mean, I agree with that to a certain extent, but like, if let's say you want to compare it with Kamala, like, um, I feel that like he did more to the betterment of having no war rather than I read that Kamala went to try to make peace before Russia invaded, and after the invasion, they just invaded. After she went there, they just continued with the invasion.
What did she do to cause the invasion?
It's not what she did, it's what she didn't do.
What could she have done to prevent the invasion?
I mean, if I know, I would be her, right? Like if I know, I would be,
What would
in a
Trump have
position
done?
that.
What would Trump have done otherwise that would have led to this not happening?
So, firstly, Putin already acknowledged that if Trump were president, it wouldn't have happened, right?
He's lying. He also said that Kamala Harris was a
Yeah.
better candidate. Do you agree with Putin that Kamala Harris is a better candidate? He
So
was
the
lying.
reason he gave,
thinks that Trump is a
why
better
Kamala
candidate.
was. So the reason he gave why Kamala was better because Kamala, when it was Biden and Kamala, they didn't put as many sanctions on Russia, and when it was Trump like put much more sanctions on Russia. So that was just the reason.
Wait, when did Trump put more sanctions on Russia?
During his term,
When?
his first term.
Yeah, when? When his first term did he put more sanctions on Russia?
That was what I read. I'm not sure the specifics. And it was, and Trump said it, and Putin also confirmed it.
Recent, like in March, Trump was considering new sanctions on Russia, but
Yeah, secondary sanctions, but
this is in
he
his
decided
second
to.
administration. Where'd you get in his first administration that he did this?
I saw it
And then have Reuters from here. Trump could impose sanctions in 2 weeks against Russia. This is from a week ago. We've heard nothing so far.
So I watched videos on Trump saying it, and I also watched videos on Putin acknowledging that there were more sanctions.
Can I acknowledge something?
Okay.
Biden increased sanctions.
You're saying Biden put more sanctions on Russia?
Yes.
More than Trump?
Yes.
Okay. I mean, if that's so, I can give it to you, but that we are reading the wrong more the different information, I guess. So I'm seeing videos that Trump say that he's putting more sanctions on Russia on the first term, but and I'm seeing another video that Putin is saying that he prefers Kamala because Trump in Trump's term he got more sanctions. So that's what I see.
Okay. Given that Democrats also put sanctions on, what's specifically different amongst the parties insofar as that you support Donald Trump?
So those are the 2 points. One more point, I support his abortion stance. To let the states decide on what they should do.
Okay. So what's his abortion stance that you agree with?
I think it was after 8 weeks, or something like, or 16 weeks.
What did you say?
I think he's against abortion after 16 or 12 weeks. That's what I read about.
No, they left it up to the states.
Yeah, so he left it up to the states, so the states get to decide, and if the states get to decide, that means the citizens of the states, the people of the different states get to decide. So I think it's kind of reasonable, in my opinion.
Why is that reasonable? I would prefer that it was federally protected, right, prior to viability.
Federally, like in what sense? The Constitution?
Yeah, like there's legal access to abortion in all states prior to viability, and then after viability, it's left up to the states to determine whether or not they think it should be legal.
Okay, so my stance on abortion is pretty simple, and like it's not so complicated. I feel that as long as there's suffering, like in the sense of pain, it should be illegal. So anything before that, it's I feel that abortion is fair. Yeah.
So again, it seems like you didn't know what I was saying. Like, do you think it should be left up to the states to determine?
I think it's reasonable enough to leave it to the states.
Why? Why do you want to leave it up to the states?
So like if I'm in the state of New York or in like or Texas, right? So if there's if it's up to the citizens living there, and I vote and the majority wants this, and so or that, I think it's fair, Like.
Okay, so you keep saying it's fair, but we're not really like having an argument or like a set of reasoning here as to why you think that.
Personally, my stance on abortion is as long as there's pain, you shouldn't be doing it, and if there's no pain and it's just do it, like kind of it's fair to do it, or it's morally okay.
Is it fair for there to be legal access to abortion from a federal standpoint?
Fair to have legal access to yes, in different circumstances, yes.
Okay, so then like it seems like you agree with Kamala Harris's abortion policy, given that Roe versus Wade would have done just very that, and Donald Trump overturning Roe versus Wade caused that issue.
I don't know much. I don't know into in depth and about that to comment. So, but I think like generally Donald Trump is more like open to suggestions on abortion. Like he's not like he's not strict on it. He's open to.
He is strict on it. He's restricted the access to abortion in this country by putting people in the Supreme Court with the explicit reason of overturning Roe versus Wade.
But I came on the stage saying that he's open to like incest for the R, he's open to abortion for
But
those
like there
circumstances.
are no exceptions in place from a federal
So I wouldn't say
standpoint that
that's
he
being
put in
straight, right?
place. So what he is okay with, he's okay with it being restricted in certain states, even in those circumstances, because they did not provide a federally protected access to abortion in those circumstances before they overturned Roe versus Wade.
So I disagree with him doing that, but in his videos and when he's on stage, right? So I see that he's more like open to different circumstances having abortion. So and I'm sure you have watched those videos, right?
Yeah, I'm familiar with the videos that you're referencing. That's not a response to my point
Yeah.
here. Do you like it seems like you are okay with it being left up to the states? I have a question. Would you be okay with it being left up to the states, even if it is the case that there was no federal exception for access to abortion in situations of rape, right, and death of the mother, right, or of any pregnant individual?
Sorry, I don't really understand your question, but if it's rape and like if death of a mother, I think it's a no-brainer to be allowed abortion.
Okay. So would you be willing to support a policy that would overturn, right, the very protections from a federal basis for access to abortion in those circumstances, to then leave it up to the states to say that certain states should be able to restrict access to abortion even in those circumstances? Or would you say that you wouldn't support the policy being overturned in terms of Roe versus Wade until it is the case that you have a federal exception in place for those circumstances?
Yeah, I agree that I agree that it shouldn't be a strict yes or no on abortion. And But to me, that I kind of see that from his speeches and his debate with Hillary and his speeches in on the rallies, he's not strict. That's my opinion.
Okay.
But
Um,
for you to say that he put judges to make it strict, so that I disagree with it.
well, I just gave you an example of how it's more strict. So, would you agree
Because
with that
of
you
the
should
judges
have?
appointed.
Do you agree that we should have less strict abortion policy?
Yeah, definitely. We should be more liberal and it should be
Okay, if
circumstantial.
okay, if we should have less strict abortion policy, well then you agree with Kamala Harris's position over Donald Trump's position, because Donald Trump's position would put more restrictions on abortion comparative to Kamala Harris's position.
To be honest with you, I'm not so sure about Kamala's position, but the Democrats' position is to leave it up to the mother, right?
It's
And
to
she's
protect
Democrat.
Roe versus Wade, meaning that federally protected access to abortion, right, is true up until the point of viability, and then after viability, it's left up to the states. So the only distinction between Trump's policy and Harris's policy is that Harris wants federal protections for access to abortion prior to viability, and Donald Trump wants it to be left up to states throughout the entirety of the pregnancy.
If that's the case, then I guess I lean more towards Kamala's policy on abortion.
Okay,
But um, that's not what I see, though. Yeah. So I'm gonna give it to you if that's the case.
sure. So
Yeah.
then, what would be the
Just
reason why
just
you
like on a
support Donald
side
Trump
note,
then?
just on a side note, okay, so yeah, there are quite a few other reasons. Like I see that the media is being unfair to him. Do you think he's sexist?
Yes.
So I feel that he's not. I think that he's not sexist. Reason being that when he's mean to a woman, they call him sexist, right? But he's also mean to men. So he's not sexist. He's just a mean cuss. So you get what I'm trying. So you guys like to jump into saying that he's sexist
You
once
can't
his
you
once you
just
see him.
simplify, right, his bigotry to like he's mean to everyone, right? He specifically, right, is misogynistic and demeans women for being women, along with the idea that he's like a womanizer. He's cheated on every single one of his wives, right? He literally refers to women as pigs, right? It is the case that we can point to him restricting women's access to abortion, and it is the case that he was held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman. He said he would date a 10-year-old girl in 10 years. He bragged about walking the changing rooms of women without their consent when they're naked and changing, right? And there was an 18-year-old that came out, said there was 4 girls as young as 15 years old in those changing rooms that Donald Trump would barge in. There was also situations where he said that he had sex income with his daughter. He said yeah to Howard Stern, calling his daughter a piece of ass. Along with, he said that his daughter is voluptuous, which means curvy and sexually attractive. That is totally
Okay.
misogynistic.
I disagree with some of those things that some of those situations, but let's say
Only some.
let's talk
Only
about the
some.
essay. Let's talk about the essay one, okay? Um, I feel that it's the with the essay one, it's kind of flawed.
Nope.
You don't think it's flawed?
Nope, not at all. Can you
So
tell me what the
you
victim's
keep
name
saying,
is?
um, wait a minute, it just came out of my mind. Can I get the first letter?
E.
Eugene Carroll.
Eugene Carroll.
Eugene Carroll.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
So,
okay.
can you name one piece of evidence in the case that you dispute?
I dispute the. So you keep saying that the team got to choose their own jury, right?
The Trump's lawyers were a part of the jury
Yes.
selection process.
So that to you is fair, right? But
Yeah, I think it was fair.
the
Yeah.
but the jury are all from New York.
So
So New York's majority Democrats. So how is that fair?
one,
so if
not,
like if
not
like
not everyone is Democrat. There's a huge percentage of the population that doesn't vote. Plus, even if you were to assume that 90% were Democrats, you would still have some that are independent and right wing, and it was a unanimous decision from the jury.
Okay, so why I said the law is flawed, right, is because if he's convicted, he should be in jail. So why isn't he in jail?
Because of statute of limitations on criminal
So
courts,
yeah,
meaning that he
that's
couldn't be tried in a criminal court, and instead it was in a civil court.
I think that's just BS. If it's rape, if it's rape, he should be jailed. And if it's yeah,
Well, then you agree
I
with
think
me
it's
that he
flawed
should
in
be
that
in
sense.
prison. So then we agree he should be in prison, right?
I agree if it's real. If it's
It is.
if
It
it's
is.
his conviction.
You know what I think you should do? I think you should look up Trump liable essay. I think you should look into the context of the case and then make your determination before you go in front of 7,000 people and say that you think that it's not true.
No, I didn't say it's not true. I just said it's flawed. It's not
Yeah,
flawless.
you said so,
The
meaning
verdict is
that
not
you,
flawless.
if it's flawed, then you're saying that it's not true under your view, right?
So I feel that the reason that I gave that is being flawed is kind of reasonable and logical. Like it's like for example, if we have two soccer teams and you get to pick people from Brazil and I get to pick people from, let's say, a country not as good as Brazil.
Hello? Hello?
Hi, sorry.
You're good. You're good. I'm just making sure because you didn't say
So
pause.
in the context of the majority of New Yorkers are Democrats and they have a certain mindset on Trump. I feel it's flawed in that aspect. You know.
Okay. I don't see like where you're saying it's flawed.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we just see things differently then.
Okay. So I think you should look into the case and then maybe come back and make your determination.
Okay, thanks for the chat.
All right. I appreciate you coming up. Alrighty, let's go on to the next person, everyone. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria on the screen. If you want to support me, as always, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description of the YouTube, as well as the pinned comment on my YouTube. Lee, thank you so much for the $5. Anna, thank you so much. Really appreciate the $10. Thank you, thank you. Let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria on the screen, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Yeah, you want to talk about the 8K you receive per month to post anti-Trump rhetoric, or what?
How old are you? How old are you?
35.
Yeah, okay. Do you support Donald Trump?
I guess so.
What do you mean, I guess so? Like, if you could go back in time and you could either vote for Kamala Harris or Donald Trump, who would you vote for?
I can't vote in your elections.
If you could. Are you in the U.S.?
No.
You're not in the U.S.? Then why'd you...
No,
Why
Canada.
are you spamming in my comment section that I'm getting paid $8,000?
Because, well, you are, first of all. Second of all, I think it's
Really?
important that people know
Where'd
that.
you get
don't
this information that I'm paid $8,000?
The Wired article that you and Aaron Parnas are both mentioned in.
Really? Where was I mentioned in the Wired article?
Read it.
I have, and I'm not in the Wired article.
Read it again. You're not?
No.
Oh, so you're getting.
I have no affiliation with Chorus. I didn't even know it existed. I had no clue. What are you
With
talking
who?
about?
With who?
Chorus. With Chorus.
Oh, you seem to know a lot about them.
Yeah, because there's been videos all over my For You page about people talking about it.
So you're not getting paid by the DNC or any affiliates opposed to anti-Trump rhetoric?
No, and also the Chorus thing, that's not DNC affiliated.
Are you sure?
Yes.
How do you know so well?
Because I've looked into this.
Well, show us. Why? How do you know so well?
Because I've watched videos that people have made on this.
Really? Which videos?
Yeah.
Show us the videos.
I don't need to show the videos. Why do you need to see the
Yeah,
videos?
you do. I mean, you claim you've seen videos or claim there's videos. Let's see the videos.
I don't need to show you the videos in order to say that I have watched videos on this.
Okay, well, nobody needs to do anything in order to say anything either. So how is that valid?
What are you trying to say? You
I'm
said that
trying
I
to
was
say you're
in the
paid by
article.
the
Wait,
DNC or
hold on.
DNC affiliates opposed to anti-Trump rhetoric. Is that not clear to you?
Do you think that I was paid by the DNC?
I think you're absolutely paid by the DNC. Yeah.
And what makes you think that?
Well, just I mean, are you not?
Nope.
And if you were, would you be allowed to say you were?
Well, I've never even engaged with the DNC, so how would I be able to make a determination of that?
I don't know. You seem to know a lot about it.
That Chorus isn't the DNC.
You're a pretty smart kid.
Chorus is,
You can figure it out.
Chorus is an incubator program created by people who have lots of influence, who are left-wing content creators, liberal content creators, specifically to be able to boost up other liberals and boost up the independent/left-wing media space.
And that's not what you do exactly.
No, I don't do it, but I mean, I think that I think it's a cool effort. I think that's what the left needs. And I also question why people are saying it's quote unquote dark money. I think that's
Well, it's
something
dark money
we need to-
because of the way that you're not allowed to admit that you're getting it. That's why it's dark, right? You know
Well,
that.
I mean, I didn't see
know what
anywhere.
dark money means, dude. Jesus Christ.
I didn't see anywhere.
Watch you
I didn't see
video.
anywhere within any contract where it said specifically that they weren't able to mention that they were specifically affiliated with Chorus. There were actually multiple people that were affiliated with Chorus that made videos saying they were affiliated with Chorus before this article even dropped. So what you just said
Really?
was completely
I don't remember
factually
seeing
incorrect.
any of those ever. I never remember seeing a video of that ever.
Well, you can
Can
go
you
to-
link one?
Yeah, go.
Are these
go
more
watch-
of those videos that you claim you saw?
Yeah, go watch Brian Tyler Cohen's video on it.
Okay, just throw it up in your fucking links or whatever the fuck you got going
No,
on
just
there,
you
bud.
go to his page. I don't need to.
No, come on. You usually do so much better than this, Parker.
What do you mean?
Usually you're so much more concrete. You've got videos, show them.
I don't need to show the videos on the screen. One, you're
Okay,
literally
if
not
you
a
say
Trump
so.
supporter, so the fact that I'm even engaging in conversation
No,
with
I
you in
do
the very
support
first
Trump. I
place
just support
is
him from a
ridiculous.
different country.
Oh,
No, I
so
support him
you're
from a different
MAGA
country.
so you support him wanting to annex your country?
Yeah, well, that part, you know. bit hyperbolous, right? But
No, it's not
Kinda
being
funny, though.
hyperbolous. He literally was being serious. He wanted to annex Canada.
yeah, and he was going to buy Greenland too. Did either one of those things happen?
Yeah, wait. Again, just because he couldn't do it doesn't mean that he didn't want to. And also,
Right,
again,
and
you
so
said that I
when
you
you
said that I
can't
was
do
wait,
things
wait,
in
wait.
America-
Can I address this quick?
No, I'm not going to
Why
just
are you-
wait because honestly, if he wanted to annex,
Why are you okay with lying so openly? Like, you said that I was in the Wired article getting paid $8,000, and nowhere in the article am I mentioned. Nowhere.
and honestly, you're part of that group, right? You and that Dylan kid or whatever his name is.
Dylan? Who the hell's Dylan?
Yeah, I don't know. Is it not Dylan?
Who the fuck is Dylan?
I don't know, the other kid that's on live all the time.
You mean Dean?
Oh, sure, Dean. Yeah.
Yeah, Dean's not
Between
affiliated with
you
the,
guys
with
are not.
Dean.
Yeah,
Dean's
between
not
you and Dean,
affiliated
you're
with
not
Chorus
affiliated
either.
With any DNC, any Democratic Party, none of them. Nobody's paying you guys anything. You're just on here all day, every day.
I'm
not
not
getting
paid by
paid
DNC.
anything by anybody. Who's supporting you then? How do you even pay your rent?
Well, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, Linktree in the bio, as well as the description of the YouTube, as well as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat, along with the idea that I also get paid off of the watch page ads on YouTube. That is literally my entire set of revenue.
That's it? You swear on your life? I would ask you to swear to God, but we know you don't believe in that shit.
Yes, that is literally all the money I make. Speaking of which, thank you so much, Sean, with $100 on Venmo. Thank you so much. Can we get some W's for Sean in the comment section right now for the $100 on Venmo? Thank you so much, Sean. I really appreciate it. By the way, I just want to let you know, I don't have sponsorships. I don't have a management company. I don't work with any specific organization like that. All I have is an editor that I pay. That's it. It's me and my editor, and that's it.
I don't think anyone believes that, dude.
You don't think anyone believes that? Really?
Well, like so you and your editor got invited to the White House? Why? You're just some random kid on.
By the way, when I got invited to the White House, I didn't have an editor even at that point yet. I was just by myself. I got
so why would they bring you there of all people?
Well, to engage with other influencers that were there.
Yeah, for what purpose?
Like connections? Like they were just trying to get us to interact with each other?
The same way that people in business try to connect with people to try to push their... Yeah, networking for what cause?
To like spread liberalism.
Well, I mean, I guess you admit it. You're just not getting paid for it, is what your point?
Yeah, like, wait, do you think that I don't try to
spend... you essentially work for the DNC White House, not the White House anymore, I guess.
I have no affiliation with the DNC.
That's actually even worse.
How?
You didn't get paid at all? Really?
Not by the... No. Wait, dude, I'm confused. Are you not trying to like get more people to support MAGA by coming up on this live stream? It sounds like you were.
Oh no, I don't care if supports MAGA or not.
I have a question.
I honestly could not care less who supports MAGA or not.
Okay, for sure. I'm confused specifically why you're like not thinking it would be expected for me to like want to push more people to be liberal as I'm doing a debate live, pushing people to be more liberal. Like seriously, he did not think this one through. Of course, I networked with other creators, right, who are also liberal to spread liberalism, as I think it makes sense to help push out the message to more people. No way. Wow. What? A liberal content creator wanted to push liberalism? Oh. No way. No way. I wouldn't have expected that one. Wow. XX, thank you for the $3. Umbrella, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you. Rodney with the $2 for the DNC payment. Thank you. Who knows with the $50 on YouTube Super Chat. Thank you so much. Chiseled Squidward, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Get some W's for them in the comment section right now. Thank you so much. As well as Sammy, thank you for the $10. Thank you so much for the DNC payment. Thank you. Sydney with the $10. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Kaylee, thank you so much for the $1.50. Lydia with the $25 for the DNC payment that is late. Nico, thank you for the $3 for the fake money. Thank you. Anna with the $10. Christian with the $10 from the DNC. Thank you, Christian. And Lauren with the $15 for the grifting. Thank you so much. Kyle with the $2. Thank you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Are you mad that like I'm independently funded by people that like my content? And that like you can't brand me as like some grifter that's paid by the DNC? It sounds like you're mad that you can't do that because you said it was true about me and then I proved you wrong over and over and over again. Brian with the $5 for the DNC, thank you. Eric with the $2, thank you. Sonny, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Sonny. You gonna unmute yourself, man? You wanna come on unmute yourself?
Oh, sorry. I'm not sure how I got muted, but
I did it.
Oh, you muted me?
Yeah. You mad, bro?
Oh, that's fine. Oh no, it makes sense. You had to do your little spiel there. Good for you.
Yeah. Do you want to respond to it?
Respond to which part? I don't even know where you muted me.
Well, I just disproved you over and over and over again after you just tried to brand me as bought
Oh no,
and
you
paid
didn't
for
disprove anything.
with no
You just
evidence.
yap. No, you didn't disprove anything. You yapped, but you didn't disprove anything. How did you disprove anything? Nobody's seen your bank accounts. How do we know?
You said
Show
that
us
I
your
was.
bank account.
You said that I was in the Wired article. Where in the Wired article was I mentioned?
And I did, and I apologized and agreed that I might have been wrong about that. I did think you were in that list because there was about 12 of you, which I did think you were in. I think Dean was too, but maybe I was wrong.
Thank you so much for the $10. Nope, he wasn't.
Okay, so you're just the unpaid lackeys then?
So you just made that up, and then you're wrong.
No, I actually did not make it up.
You did make that
Is
up.
it upsetting you? Is it upsetting you to be in that category?
No, I just think it's really funny that you had to make up that I was paid specifically by
I didn't have to make anything
by
up.
like
Nobody,
some Democrat affiliated party
nobody
as a
questions
means
whether
that,
or
like,
not
I'm compromised or something.
Invited to the White House to be you got invited to the White House and you're not being paid by them. Like, dude, nobody believes that.
Do you think Hassan is being paid by the DNC because he get invited to the DNC? Do you realize how stupid you sound?
Sorry,
Do you think Hassan is getting paid by the DNC because he went to the DNC?
Hassan?
Hassan, yes.
Hassan. I'm sorry, I'm not sure who you mean.
What? Hassan Abi?
Oh, okay. I think I've seen him. I honestly don't know.
He went to the DNC. He's clearly not paid by the DNC.
I cannot comment on this. I don't know what really Hassan does or who.
Okay.
I don't know about.
I'm obviously not paid by the DNC. I did go to the
Not
White
obviously.
House.
I mean, it's not obvious. You seem like you might be.
Oh, I'm
But you're
sorry.
saying it's obvious.
Wait, what makes you think that I'm paid by the DNC? Eli, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Aaron, thank you for the $25. By the way, Eli, W Blinker Club. Livik, thank you so much. Really appreciate the $2. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Have you ever given even one?
Thank you so much for the $10, Louise. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
All
Thank you.
Am I muted again for this or?
No, you're not muted.
All right, I can shut up while you do your little thing.
Okay.
Okay, so you think it's obvious you're not paid by the DNC. What makes it obvious? Because you don't seem to have a positive word to say about anything Trump's ever done, ever.
Because it is the case that there's no evidence that I'm paid by the DNC. If there's no evidence, you have no reason to believe that I'm paid by the DNC.
No, lack of evidence doesn't mean obvious. It's not the same thing.
Restate that again?
I said lack of evidence does not mean obvious, and you know that just as well as I do.
Well, I'm saying it's obvious that you have no reason to believe that.
Well, no, I just explained to you I do have a reason to believe that because you have never once posted a positive thing about Republicans or Trump, even though you can't categorically say that they're 100% wrong all of the fucking time.
I have said things that I agree with Trump on.
Like what?
Operation Warp Speed, the increase the child tax credit, the no tax on tips deduction, no tax on overtime deduction, the deduction on no tax on Social Security. It doesn't create no tax for any of these things, but it reduces it. Those are specific taxes on the middle class, the tax cuts for the middle class I support. I've said those.
Okay, I've never heard you say those before, but that's about it though, right?
I mean, he doesn't do a lot of things that are good, but I agree with him to some degree on some things. But anything that I'll specifically bring up that would say that Donald Trump, I would agree with him, right, to some degree, right? It would be an even greater extent with Democrats. Like Kamala Harris wanted to increase the child tax credit to a greater degree. She also supported those deductions to a greater extent, etc. Russell, thank you so much for the $20 on Venmo. Thank you so much. And Lexi, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you. Yeah, it's definitely not true. It definitely is not happening today. But thank you so much, Lexi. Yeah, you were saying?
I like the glasses. Glasses look great.
Thank you.
I don't know, Parker. I just I can't really believe it, but if you say so.
Stay mad, bro.
I'm not mad.
I mean,
Do
well,
I actually seem upset to you?
Yeah, because you had to literally spam in my comment section that I'm paid $8,000 to try to discredit me, and then I disproved you over and over and over again.
Yeah, and you didn't disprove me, and you could still be getting paid that just because you weren't mentioning the Wired.
Okay, so
article.
are you paid by the RNC? You could be being
Sure.
paid by the RNC.
Yeah, okay, sure. I'm a Canadian getting paid by the RNC.
Yep, exactly.
I wish.
Yeah.
I wish.
Okay, so Oh, but it's possible.
I have to do with my what? What are my followers on TikTok? I
Oh,
actually
Brent,
don't
thank you so
know.
much for pushing the $5. Thank you.
Somebody earlier was
Wait,
making
but
fun of
it's
it.
possible that you
my
are, right?
6
Wait,
followers.
hold up. It's possible that you are,
See
right?
Eric in your chat saying the same thing. Like,
Wait, it's
other
possible that
people
you are,
saying the
right?
same thing.
Wait, it's possible that you are, right?
Yeah, it's possible that you are too.
So in the same way that you say it's possible for me, it's possible for you, but that's not good reason to
The
believe that it's
likelihood's not
applicable
the
to
same,
me.
is it?
So then why were you
Likelihood's
spamming
not
it in
the
the
same.
So are you admitting to me
The
that
likelihood's not the same thing.
what
You
makes
have
you
a
think that?
platform. I have no platform.
Wait, what?
Why would I be paid by the RNC?
Wait, I'm sorry. Having a platform, it means I'm more likely to be paid by the RNC. What?
By the DNC than I am by the
DNC,
RNC
sorry.
without a platform. Are you actually not getting that, or are you just pretending, doing that, like not understanding thing?
Well, I don't think that's good enough reason to believe that someone is paid by the DNC, because it is the case that then
Other
you
than
would
the fact that
argue.
you guys literally all come up with the
You would
same
argue
stories and the
anyone.
same
You would
things at
argue
the same
anyone with
fucking time.
anyone. Well, so, listen. You would argue anyone that has a business, anyone that has a social media platform is more likely paid by the DNC, or you have good enough reason to believe that they're paid by the DNC.
Would you
just
not
because they're
argue
liberal?
that same exact point? Not because they're liberal, but would you not argue that exact
That's
same
what you
point?
just said.
That
You
somebody
said
with a
because I'm
platform is
liberal.
more likely to be infiltrated and used by the DNC or RNC?
I don't think that you have good enough reason to believe that I'm paid by the DNC. I think it's bullshit. The fact that you even said this is ridiculous.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why is it ridiculous?
I just told you. You have no reason to believe it to be true, and you just spread it in the comment section with no basis.
What are those two twins? I can't remember their names. What are those two guys that are twins that are, hardcore liberals? They're really short.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Oh, come on. You got to know. They're brothers. Obviously, if they're twins, they're brothers. But you know who I'm talking about? They went from having no followers on TikTok or whatever fucking Facebook or X, I guess is what we're calling it now, to having hundreds of thousands overnight, seemingly overnight. So did several people on these like DNC lists.
Martha, thank you for the $5. Thank you. So
you guys come out of nowhere.
Dean also gained a lot of followers as well. That came out of nowhere, right?
Yeah, why did that come out of nowhere?
I know, right? He must be controlled by the DNC.
Well, maybe not controlled by, but certainly funded by.
Okay, that's ridiculous. I just want you to know, I was here before Dean. Dean's one of my good friends.
I know you were here before, Dean.
Yeah, listen. Dean's one of my good friends. I've seen the entirety of his career here on TikTok. He is not paid by the DNC.
And
I've been good friends with him since he started, and it is a case that he went on Jubilee, and he has had blow-up clips like fucking nuts, and he's become literally the largest content creator that is liberal of our generation. That is a debater.
Largest liberal content. Sorry, say that one more time.
Yeah, largest Gen Z liberal content creator. Yeah.
Oh, how old is he?
He's 20 years old.
Oh, wow. Okay. Comes across as older. That's all.
Really?
Yeah, a little bit. I don't know. How old are you?
23.
Oh, yeah. You come across as older a little bit too. You guys can talk.
Dean is 21 tomorrow, everyone. I do want everyone to let everyone know. Happy early birthday to Dean. Dean already knows this, but it is his birthday tomorrow. His 21st birthday. So that's a big day. That's a big day. Okay.
I mean, everyone
anything else you have to yap about before I go on to the next person?
Well, I mean, you haven't proven anything, but sure.
I literally disproved you. You thought I was paid by the DNC and you got dunked on, bro.
I guess if that's how you describe it, sure.
Yep, you got absolutely dunked on. Anna, thank you so much for the $10.
Are you gonna submit your tax returns somewhere, or what? I know you guys have that same kind of. Yeah, you're gonna submit your tax returns?
No.
Why not? You guys wanted Trump to.
So?
It would prove what you're saying.
I don't need to submit my tax returns.
But you could, and that would prove what you're saying beyond a doubt and prove me wrong.
And I don't really care to.
And Trump didn't need to either. Oh, now you don't care, just like Trump didn't care, and so now you're having the same argument.
I'm not running for president. Ron,
no, but you're just trying to make a point that you claim is true. But I think, I guess if you're not going to show your tax returns, it's not like you make a shitload of money, dude. Nobody's going to be upset.
How much money do you think I make?
I don't know between what the DNC pays you and other shit. I have no idea.
Yeah, let me know. Just give me a guess.
Oh, 200K a year?
You don't think 200K is a lot?
Not really, no.
What?
Do you think 200K is a lot?
Yes, $200,000 as an annual salary is a lot of money. Yes.
I meant for you as a for what you do. I didn't mean in general.
Yes, $200,000 is a lot of fucking money.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I make less than that, not much less, but I don't think it's a
I'm
ton
the
of money.
darkness. Thank you for the $5. Thank you.
So, but anyways, you still won't. So now we're going to changing the topic as to whether I think it's a lot of money versus whether it is a lot of money, but you're still not going to show it, right? Because it might show some stuff you don't want us to see.
Well, I mean, I just don't want you to see my bank account. Yeah, I don't want to see you to see my tax returns. I don't really care.
Your bank account's not in your tax return. You know that.
I'm saying either or.
Yeah, you're not, though. You know you don't want us to see your tax return because that shows the sources of your income. Your bank account's not the same thing.
And what are my sources of income?
I don't know. That's the dark money part of it, isn't it?
The dark money. So yeah, I love getting dark money, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for supporting me through the Dark Money Fund. I really appreciate it. The Dark Money Fund is in the bio, in the comment section, everyone, in my link tree in my bio, and in the pinned comment on YouTube, everybody. It's also over YouTube Super Chat. The Dark Money Fund, everyone. Make sure to support the Dark Money Fund. He thinks I'm paid by the DNC because I'm getting... By the way, I just want you to know, every single donation I get, I say out loud. But, I mean, actually, everyone that I see. There are some that I don't say out loud. Noah, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you. And by the way, how some people have been defining Dark Money Fund is consistent with me getting money over Venmo, Cash App, and PayPal. It's consistent with saying that I have a Dark Money Fund because not all of the people who send me money, not all of their names are public information. It's private on Venmo, Cash App, and PayPal. So under people's view in general, they think I'm getting dark money because I don't fucking say every single person, because some people I forget to say their name or I don't see their name, right, when I'm on live. Eli, thank you for the $5 from the Dark Money DNC. Thank you so much. And Noah, thank you for the $10 for telling me you just funded a liberal content creator. Yeah, right now he's funding a liberal content creator right now. I just want to let you know when you come up on my live and you say, specifically the DNC pays you dark money, oh my god. You know that's going to incentivize more people to give me money, right?
I don't really give a fuck, to be honest with you.
So you're okay with me getting more dark money?
I really don't give a shit what money you get, dude.
Thank you so much for supporting the Dark Money Fund. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Ocelot. Chris, thank you for the $20 for the donation to the Dark Money Fund. Keep it up. The good work, Parker. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Chris.
Does it bother you that I don't care?
Vincent, thank you for the $5 for the Dark Money. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Give it some W's for Vincent in the comment section right now.
I think we did touch a nerve. All we can talk about is Dark Money. Parker, calm down.
As long as you stay on my live, you love supporting the Dark Money Fund. As long as you stay on my live, you love supporting the Dark Money Fund. Agora, thank you so much for $10 for the Dark Money Fund. Thank you. Thank you for the head mustache. Thank you so much. Jessica, thank you for the $2. Thank you so much. He does care, or he wouldn't be on the live. True.
Oh yeah, no, I care enough to stay on the live, I guess, but I don't care what money.
Yeah, dude, you love supporting my the Dark Money Fund, right?
Yeah, I love supporting you, man. You're
Thank you
awesome.
so much. I appreciate the support. Thank you so much, man. Tyrone, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
I will
Thank
give
you.
you one actual true compliment. You can speak pretty quick, and you're actually a pretty quick debater. I'll give you that too.
Thank you.
Aside from that, I mean, I don't know what the whole. You're kind of a dick to people sometimes, though.
Aw, would you like to cry about it? Andy,
No,
thank you
not
so much
to
for the $5 for the Dark Money Fund. Who knows? Thank you for the $2 for the Dark Money Fund.
right?
Thank you very much. Jesse with the $2. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Jesse with the $2. Oh my god, dude, you sound like a panhandler. Shut up for a second.
Oh, you're
Christ.
so mad. You're so mad. Can you define panhandling? Can you define panhandling? But my eggs, thank you for the $5. Thank you. Umbrella, thank you for the $5. Thank you. Kenzie, thank you so much for the $10 for the Dark Money Fund. Caleb with the $5 from the DNC. Thank you so much. Christine with the $5. Thank you so much for the Dark Money Fund. Zaxton, thank you so much. I really appreciate the dollar for the Dark Money Fund.
I don't know what that
Jessica
means.
with the $2 again. Thank you.
No, it sounds like you're homeless online. I mean, you
Can
sound
you
like you're standing at the
can you
street
define
corner waiting
panhandling?
for pennies and
Can you define
loonies,
panhandling?
toonies. That's what we give you in Canada, loonies and toonies. Maybe quarters. Most people don't carry change, though.
Can you define panhandling?
I got you like pretty much.
Can you define
low volume,
panhandling?
Sorry, you still did you just say panhandling again?
Yeah.
Sorry,
totally.
you
Thank
still
you for the
asking
$2.
about
Thank
what
you.
panhandling is?
Squidward, thank you for the $5 for the Soros check. Thank you. Tyler with the $25. Thank you so much for the Dark Money.
Are you still asking what panhandling is?
Yeah.
Why?
Anna, thank you for the $10. Thank you for the Dark Money Fund. Rodney, thank you for the
Why are
$10
you
from the Dark
asking?
Money. Tyler with the $25 from the Dark Money Fund. Thank you so much. And Blinker, I got you. Why am I asking? Because you said it.
Man, I'm making you a ton of money. You're welcome.
Yeah, you keep
You owe me a
supporting the Dark
coffee.
Money Fund. Thank you so much.
Oh my god, dude! I told you I don't care.
Thank you
That's
for
fine. I'll
supporting the
make you
Dark
10
Money Fund.
grand.
Thank you so much.
I'll make you 10 grand. That'll at least make up for the amount of money that's going to come in. Or
You're so triggered. I know you're trying to hide it, but you're clearly triggered. Pamela, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much
Really am
for the
triggered.
panhandling. Thank you. Mark, thank you for the $10 for the Dark Money Fund. Rodney, thank you for the $10 again. Thank you.
So Parker, do you live in like a state where cannabis is legal, or?
Say that again.
Do you live in a state where cannabis is legal?
Absolutely. You can't say that on the live though. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hey, what's going on, man? I'm 35.
And do you support Donald Trump?
Technically, yes. Unfortunately.
If you could go back in time and you could either vote for Kamala Harris or Donald Trump, who would you vote for?
I would abstain, but right now I technically support him for two issues.
So if
two
you could go
things.
back in time, you would abstain?
Maybe? I'm not quite sure.
Okay.
We're here right now.
Delissa, thank you so much. I appreciate the $10. Thank you. Dark Money Caller, you are not hiding it well. It's very obvious that you're jealous. I know, right? Thank you, thank you. Let's go on to the next person, everyone. Diabolical. Diabolical. Alrighty. Let's go on to the next person. If you want to support me, as always, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description of the YouTube. By the way, we have like a little less than 2 hours left on the stream, everyone. A little less than 2 hours left on the stream. We're going to be going to the next person here. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the screen, everyone. We are just looking for some debates. If you want to support me, everyone, for free on YouTube, hit that thumbs up, everyone. Let's try to get to 3,000 likes, everyone. Let's try to get to 3,000 likes. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen. Let's get to 1 million likes, everyone. Let's get to 1 million likes. Let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the screen. Yo, what's up?
Hey, I just want to let you know that they're on to you and Dylan. They know about the dark money. You probably shouldn't talk about it on live.
Yeah, I know I should stop talking about it. Like I'm getting too much dark money that people are starting to take note of that. Alex,
Yeah,
thank you for the $10 for the panhandling. Thank you. Yeah, that's diabolical. It's actually diabolical.
Yeah,
that is one thing I did want to
absolutely.
talk about though, because I do think that the discourse on this app, specifically around like quote unquote dark money recently, has been like pretty unhinged. Like
I've seen it. You know, it's weird because of course it came from like a right wing source, but did we all just forget that literally right wing creators were paid by Russia? Like we just stopped talking about that. Like how what's his name? Tim whatever, the podcaster. Like how
Tim
he's
Pool,
literally
Tim Pool,
yeah, Tim Pool was paid by Russia, and like we just okay, cool.
yeah, I do think Taylor Lorenz does portray herself as like on the left and whatnot. So I mean, like I'm pretty sure she like is on the left, but like I would just say that like I think that the idea that it's considered dark money, I think just like is obviously like a misleading point, and there are like things within the article that are just straight up false. Right? I really wonder if Wired is going to pull back on that article, because like I really don't understand like really the basis for it. Now I'm always open to like changing my mind and being open to like different arguments, but really like again like I think the main point is that like if there's a contract that exists that says that people can't say certain things that they agree with or that they believe in specifically, or that they can't say certain things, that's an issue. Right?
Yeah,
that's the
for
biggest
sure.
issue. If it's just an incubator program where there's specifically like other creators helping other ones to like help grow and incubate in the program, we need that on the left. That's an important thing.
Well, I know this came like was it Chorus came about when TikTok was originally going to get banned in January, so that's where that like big push came from. So
Yeah. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Oh, they said hello as soon as I kicked them. That's very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Let's go on to the next person. Patricia, thank you so much. Appreciate the $10 or the $3. Thank you so much. But yeah, like, you know what? Like, I didn't want to say anything about it because I felt like saying something about it brings too much attention to it. But like, I think this is an important thing to say. Is like, why are we focusing on this right now?
Everybody's
like,
talking about
why
it
is
now.
everyone talking about this? Like, I don't get it. I really don't. The only reason I'm talking about it right now is because everyone is. Like, why the hell is this a conversation? I don't get it. Come on. Like, let's focus on the right. Let's focus on the right. This is something that I want people to take away from this. Let's focus on the right. Like, I don't think this is like what we should be like. Again, I think it's totally like a genuine conversation to have. Like, if it was the case that like Push the Galaxy, like there are people on the liberal side who are like not speaking up about certain things specifically because it is the case they're getting paid for it. But that's seemingly like not true. And it's like we're talking about like all of these like mislabelings and like disagreements we have and stuff like that. Instead of talking about like what the administration is actively doing. So like that's the biggest issue. And then there are people in the comment section saying, because you're paid. No, I promise you, I'm not paid. I have no affiliation with Chorus or any of these. I actually literally didn't know existed until this. Like I literally did not know it existed until this. Like, I'm serious. I had no clue. Yeah, so like I genuinely like I just like I really don't know what we're wasting our time on. Let's focus on the right. Let's have some constructive dialogue. We need to be united and like, you know, like really attacking the right. We just really need to do that. That's a really important thing.
Well, and just FYI, it's gonna pick up more because, like, apparently, you know how people do hosting lives about it.
Yeah,
you hear me?
It's because it brings attention. You know, I understand it from a creator perspective because they're trying to get attention. They're trying to get themselves out there. But the point that I'm trying to get is for like a movement perspective, right? It doesn't bring us the best type of productive dialogues, right? But yeah, from a creator perspective, they want to get attention out there. They want to be able to get their voice heard, and for a lot of creators, it does help them get out there. You know, so I understand it from a creator perspective of talking about things like that. But yeah, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 19.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, why so? Or what's your birth year, sorry?
2009.
2009? That makes no fucking sense.
I tell you, the barometer for like stuff like this is my wife. When she like brought it up to me today, I was like, oh, this is gonna be a thing.
Yeah. What's up? How old are you?
25.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Yes, I do.
Why so?
I don't know a whole lot about politics. I'll be up front, but from what I've seen, the war is being stopped in the Middle East and everything.
Which specific conflict are you referencing?
I think from what I've seen on the news media, just from what I see, I don't watch the news a lot. I work a lot. Just from what I hear on the radio, truck driving. I've seen how he's trying to step in Ukraine and how he's trying to step in for to stop the war between Russia and Ukraine and all them. I think what I support most is like world peace. You know, I don't think there should be all these wars going on. I don't think there should be all this, I can't say the word on TikTok, death, so to speak.
So here's my point. I actually think that Trump has extended the conflict because it is the case that he got rid of the funding for Ukraine to help defend themselves against Russia, which is specifically going to extend the conflict because it is the case that the way in which we end the conflict is by limiting Russia from being able to engage in the conflict in the very first place, economically and militarily. Right, because they're not going to negotiate, because Putin has violated multiple negotiations in the past, whether it be the Budapest Memorandum, the exchange of prisoners that Zelensky talked about Trump, or said to Trump specifically. So we know that he's a con man. We know that he's lying. We know that he's not going to actually sign to any particular agreements unless he particularly can take over Ukraine.
I could get on board with that. I agree. Okay. I definitely don't have a whole lot of leads on anything. I just think I think this wars need to stop. That's just me personally. I don't like all the stuff that's going on in the world. You know, the world's not how it was growing up in the early 2000s, how it is now. There's just too much going on with the Second Amendment, how they're trying, all these mass school shootings. You know, I think there's going to be something worked on the Second Amendment about what guns can be owned legally and what cannot be owned. You know what I'm saying?
So what Trump policy helps with that?
Thank you for the galaxy.
I don't know what policies help, if I'm being honest. I'm not trying to sound dumb here, you know, because I don't know a whole lot.
Yeah, you probably want to stay away from that term as well. That's kind of ableist. But a question for you. So you're a Trump supporter that is in favor of appealing like the Second Amendment and putting some type of restrictions on, guns and things?
let me say this. I don't know. I think it needs to be controlled better about what can be owned and what cannot be owned. You know what I mean? Because I mean, like y'all was talking about earlier, how a lot of mass shootings include with AKs, semi-autos. I think it needs to be bumped down, like Parker was saying a little while ago about shotguns and pistols. I think that should be that's what civilians.
That's not Trump's policy. So the point that I would make is that there's no reason based upon that set of belief that you would support Trump. If anything, you'd be more likely to support Harris.
Honestly, if Harris would get it done, I probably would, actually.
So why did you vote for Trump? Or why do you support him now? I mean, I know you said you kind of feel like he's ending the wars, but I mean, there hasn't been anything that was really substantial. Have you seen anything tangible that you like about him, or I'm confused?
I don't. Now that I think his first term, I like more what he done in his first term. I was an 18, 19-year-old listening to my daddy a lot. But I really think now that I think Harris, coming from a conservative perspective, I think Harris would have done a lot better in the president role now rather than it would have been Trump. Now there's just too much going on. You know what I mean?
No. I'm confused.
You said Harris would do better than Trump? Is that what you said?
It sounds like, do you regret supporting Trump?
Yeah.
I would probably say so. Absolutely.
Got it.
All right. Well, we appreciate you coming up. Thank you so much, man. I
you,
appreciate
Parker.
you coming up on the live.
Yeah. Everything he was saying was based. I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I was like, okay. All right. All right, let's go on to the next person. Everyone, if you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. Everyone, for the 3,000 people here on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. For the 4,800 people here on TikTok, do tap that screen. Actually, you know what I was going to do? I'm going to hit a restart. You want to come back and co-host with me?
Yeah,
Right,
real quick, Tyrone, thank you for the 5. He said, Parker, did you get the 5 from him?
Yes, I did. I did say thank you earlier. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Got it. I'll be back.
Alrighty, everyone. Oh, someone asked what's Parker's usual live schedule. I'm usually live starting 5 p.m. Pacific time and then or 9 a.m. Pacific time. Just depends on the day. I would make sure to go check out my Instagram live updates channel for any updates on that. I always put an update on that whenever I go live. But those are the
turn on the notifications. If they hit the heart me at the top and turn on the notifications, they'll get a notification when you go live.
All right. I'll be right back, everyone here on TikTok. Everyone, for the 4.8 thousand people here. I'd actually recommend to go over to the YouTube, join the 3,000 people on YouTube. Parker, get a job. Love y'all. I'll be right back, everyone.